superb. That was very impressive.
Oh, well, everybody know who I want next. I want Terrence Crawford next.
You're going to make that happen?
Huh?
You're going to make that happen?
Oh, definitely. That's the fight that I want. That's the fight everybody else want. Like I said, I'm going to get these straps that I'm going to go over there and take his shit too.
All right. Errol, congratulations. Terrific fight this evening.
Thank you, man. Down. Strap season. I know what time it is, baby. Terrence, I'm coming for that motherfucking belt.
All right.
I'm not catching fades anymore. Gotta keep my hands clean when they come for the ball. Keep it smooth like a dawn, making moves in the dark. Cause I learned how to swim in the pool full of sharks. Now they coaches, cause they can't read all his motions. How the kid never switch codes, but he code switch focus. Staring down your team with a frozen, ice cold look that could end the summer solstice. Cause I'm more like the top dog. Keep on running game and the gang will accost y'all. I be calling plays from a plane while I'm off court. But we ain't the same, you a lame, I'm a mob star. Actually, I'm a top dog on a stat sheet. Off court, but I call plays for the athlete. Laughing when the cop cars try to catch me. Cause I rolled off in a taxi. Put my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pour strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top flow, boss mode. I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, God vibes, I'm the kingpin. They know I'm a dog and a beast, man. Yeah, I keep the peace with a piece, man. I ain't got no time for a piece, man. Why would I respond to a pawn? I'm the... Hold up!
If I let my dogs off the leash, then you might want to get out of Dodge by the evening. Honestly, think it's not the blood and the beef, and they don't leave anything behind at the evening.
I can see you soft, ever thought about retreating. If you never have, then they'll give you a reason. Better watch your tone, lose your bass when you speaking. Underneath the mask is the wrath of a... When you learn how to smile in their face, then go cutthroat. Then they wanna call you a con when the blood cold. I remember starving while y'all had a truckload. Now I'm with the mob with the call and the gusto. I'm a top dog on a stat sheet. Off court, but I call plays for the athlete. Laughing when the cop cars try to catch me. Cause I rolled off in a taxi. Put my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pour strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top flow, boss mode. I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, God vibes. I'm the kingpin.
What's going on, everybody? What's happening, boy? I know it's been a long time, you know what I'm saying? But your boy, you know what I'm saying? We got to go out here and get this money, and that's how it goes, you know? Shit, you know, boxing is a beautiful sport, but, you know what I'm saying? Without money, guess what? You know what I'm saying? You can't watch entertainment without a couple of bucks in your pocket, you know what I'm saying? So, a lot going on, man. You know what I'm saying? Since we saw Tank knock out Frank Martin in the 8th round, man. When I tell you, I was surprised by that. You know what I'm saying? I was surprised. I knew Tank could knock him out, but I didn't think, you know what I'm saying, he would just intimidate him and mentally break him down, even though we did put that into the, you know, our predictions because, you know, Frank has never been on the big stage like that. But, you know what I'm saying, we gave him more credit because he was beside Errol Spence Jr. and he's been around the big fights. But that don't mean you've been in the big fights on the big stage. So, you know what I'm saying? That was one factor that, you know what I'm saying, we had to take into account, you know what I'm saying, under them bright lights. Even Errol Spence Jr. said the same thing. He's like, you know, if he gets in there overthinking and he gets to a point where, you know, he just didn't know what to do. At times it seemed like Frank was just, you know, afraid because, you know, he was just beyond, you know what I'm saying, his experience. He felt that power of Tank Davis, man. It was crazy, bro. It was let me tell you something. That was a beautiful performance by Gervonta Tank Davis. And I think also that Tank has grown also into the fighter that he is right now. he's in his prime right now, and it shows. He's so confident about his moves in the ring, and he knows what he can do. He knows, he has his game, his craft down pat, and he has one of the best coaches in Kevin Ford. Man, that dude is on another level. You know what I'm saying? He's on a genius level with working with Tank. And when you got a close relationship like that with your coach, and you both believe in each other like that, it's a powerful energy between them, and it helps kind of propel Tank forward in his career. It gives him everything. I mean, he's been with this guy since he was a child. So them two got a great dynamic, a great relationship. You could just see it how comfortable they are with each other. They trust each other so much. It goes way more deeper than boxing. And so Tank has almost like a family, like in his support system, you know what I mean? So he has a lot going on for himself. And then he took his time to really get to this point. He really cultivated his career, you know what I'm saying, to get to the point where now he can take over boxing. And when I tell you that kid, man, he really impressed me the way he broke down Frank Martin. Because Frank Martin ain't no joke, man. It's just that I think for Frank Martin, you know what I'm saying, not having the experience, and we talked about this a lot. We talked about the experience that it was going to take to fight a top caliber fighter like Gervonta Tank Davis. Tank Davis has been in championship fights, and experience means a lot. Now, I'm not making excuses, that Tank didn't go out there and earn the win. I mean, Tank did what he's supposed to do as a champion, as an experienced fighter. It's like saying fighting a veteran, a young veteran, you know what I'm saying? And he just went in there and just took Frank hard. Basically, you know what I'm saying? Frank was out of ideas, and he all he could do was concentrate on not getting hurt, not getting hit, even though he said he was looking for certain shots, and it never opened up. But I was like, if you go in there looking for certain shots, then you're destined to lose, because like you say, those shots may never come. And Tank found his shot before Frank Martin could find his, even though Frank Martin does have a lot of pop. You know what I'm saying? He did hit Tank, but Tank got a chin, man. Tank got a hell of a chin. And the shit was just, it was just, oh man, it's like Tank just, once Frank got tired, man, it was over. And you know what I'm saying? That's kind of like where we left off, you know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't get back on here. But man, what a dynamic athlete. We looking at, like, when I saw Roy Jones, I said never seen a fighter like that. But now we're looking at Tank, and Tank ranks right up there with them, even though he's not fighting. He don't have the legends to fight against that Roy Jones had to fight. He don't have all those. He don't have the Bernard Hopkins. He don't have, what I'm saying, the James Tonys to fight against. But I think he would do well even if he did, because Tank is a special fighter. You can see it. You know what I'm saying? You can see the explosiveness. You can see how he adapts. Man, that combination he hit Frank Martin with, that shit was off the chain, bro. I mean, that combination that he hit Frank Martin with, you could see him practicing in the back room, the combination, the uppercut, the way he was throwing it, the footwork that he was using with it, and he used it right in the fight. And I was like, wow, man, this is that this kid here is on another level. He is totally on another level. And I was like, man, we're gonna give him his kudos, man, over here at Full Kind of Boxing. You know what I'm saying? Even though a lot of people don't like Tank, you know what I'm saying, because of his resume and how he kind of like he was protected, but all fighters do that. All fighters, you know what I'm saying, are protected until they can let loose, you know what I'm saying, at the end and fight better competition. Um, Let me see, Blitz. What's going on? What's going on, Phoenix 6? What's going on, bro? He says, let me be the first to say for Devin and Bill. Devin and Bill. Well, I mean, we'll talk about that. He says, Blitz Technique says, he says too, Ryan, a European Spaniard colonizer, said his indigenous ancestors were conquered and subjugated by the Europeans. He says Devin Haney is still undefeated. I'm so happy right now. Laugh out loud. We'll get down to the Devin Haney stuff, because that's it's just interesting, saying that, Devin, we shouldn't even be at this level, you know what I'm saying? Because we shouldn't have fighters that cheated and knock people, you know what I'm saying, off their trajectory. I think it's disgusting, really, And I'm not even the biggest Devin Haney fan, I'm just a boxing fan, And I just like to see what's right in the sport, And that's not even covering up. I mean, any fighter that's willing to fight anybody and they give you the opportunity to get into the ring, I think it should be a fair playing field, And if that happens and the dude get his ass beat, then he just got his ass beat, right? But when you have somebody that's taking extra drugs and precautions and stuff, that's cheating, man. And that shows your character. In boxing, so if you're going to be a warrior that goes in there can who trains to beat other guys up, you have to have some kind of accountability, especially when your hands are deadly, And it's like if you're taking extra shit, man, to get more powerful, to beat somebody brains in, bro, we got to take a look at that. A 1 year suspension is bullshit. But getting back, what's going on, Yolanda? What's happening? I see you out there, dog. And but that's bullshit, man. But we'll get on that. But we got Tank, now he's the face of boxing for sure. He was the face of boxing before, but for sure right now, the way he is, his whole swag, his whole demeanor. I mean, he's even more mature. I mean, the way he's handling shit right now, you could tell he has entered his prime. He's confident, and now they're talking about him fighting Lomachenko, right? And we know Lomachenko is a good boxer, But I told everybody that once he beats George Kambosos, the sky is going to be the limit for Lomachenko. They're going to use that as a springboard to put him back in everybody's face, right? That it was going to be like the greatest victory, of all time for him to beat a washed up fighter like George Kambosos, even though Devin Haney beat him twice, right? And everybody said that wasn't shit. That was just George Kambosos. I said when Lomachenko Vasily Lomachenko beats George Kambosos, it was going to be like the rebirth of Christ or some shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like even though we know that George Kambosos, is food. You know what I'm saying? He always been food, right? But when Lomachenko fight him, all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, the Matrix is back. So it's almost like they want Lomachenko to be the face of boxing, and he's like the great white hope, what I'm saying, for boxing, right? But you know, Lomachenko is 36 years old, bro. He's 36 years old. And there's no goddamn way. There's no goddamn way. But yet they keep trying to build this fight between him and Tank like Lomachenko actually has a chance. And I'm not saying that Lomachenko is a crappy boxer. I'm saying that he's 36 years old against a special fighter in Gervonta Tank Davis. Gervonta Tank Davis is fighting on a whole nother level right now. And we saw Jorge Linares knock down Lomachenko. And Jorge Linares is a pretty smart fighter. You know what I'm saying? He got dropped by a body shot and got stopped, right? But did he get stopped? Or did he just get hurt? I can't remember. But I remember him going down on a body shot. I think they stopped the fight though. But imagine if that's Tank. You know what I'm saying? If Tank hit Lomachenko, you know what I'm saying, enough times, he's leaving here, bro. At 36 years old. And plus, we've seen him fade, so we starting to see Lomachenko fade out. He fighting in spurts and stuff. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna try to work out extra hard against Gervonta Tank Davis. But a 36-year-old man ain't gonna make it, bro. It's not happening. What's going on, Doc Kent? What's happening, bro? It's not going to happen. I mean, I know he was good in his day, but he came to the pros late, and they put him on the fast track. And you know what I'm saying? And with all of the experience that he had in the Olympics, you know what I'm saying, he was able to move up fast, and he was able to dominate. You know what I'm saying, a lot of fighters because he had a lot of experience, 300 and something amateur fights. You know what I'm saying? That gives you a lot of confidence. So he called out Gervonta Tank Davis back in the day. And this was before Tank, really had a lot of experience up under his belt. He wasn't like Canelo, who had like 40 fights up under him when he fought Mayweather. Mayweather was 36 years old at the time. And, Canelo had about damn 40 fights. So they kept saying that he was green. I'm just like, nigga, if you got 40 fights, some people don't even make it to 40 fights. I mean, I think Bud Crawford is just making it to 40 something fights, and he's been in the sport since 2008. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like this. So, Lomachenko, what I'm saying, he's an old man. Um, he knows it, what I'm saying, even though I think Tank was a little intimidated. He was a little intimidated because at the time Lomachenko was the Matrix. He was the man. He was doing all the angles and all the little fancy moves and stuff. And he had great boxing skills, but I think Tank was a little bit wary of fighting him. But back then Tank was still getting his craft down, still starting to understand, how his power operate and how to mix in the power with his boxing skills. So he was still working on his craft. And I think, so that would have been a good fight back then. But now I don't think Lomachenko has the ability to stick, 5 or 6 rounds in there with Tank, depending on how hard Tank wants to go. If Tank wants to press his ass out, he'll get him out of there. If he just want to box him, he'll still get him up out of there because Lomachenko, he's a tough, tough, tough guy. But Tank is exceptional. He's gonna find that punch. He's gonna find that placement, and he's gonna get Lomachenko ass up out of there. So I know there's a lot of people hyping themselves up, thinking that Lomachenko is gonna be able to, go in there and put it down and work some kind of magic. You know what I'm saying? Or put some kind of voodoo or hoodoo on Gervonta Tank Davis, but the realness of it is that he's just a younger, fresher, more powerful, and better fighter. Um, would I have wished to see this fight 5 years ago? Yeah, but Tank wasn't ready. Tank wasn't ready at that time. He still was developing 5 or 6 years ago, and then he was still up under Mayweather. So I think Tank is doing a great job stepping out of the shadow of Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? He's paving his own path right now. He's becoming the fighter that we want to see. He wants all comers now because now he's ready. He's in his prime. Saying he don't work on his craft. He knows, what he wants to do in the ring and exactly how he's going to do it. And he got a great strategist on his side with Calvin Ford. Calvin Ford is a motherfucker, man. He's a bad dude. I mean, I love their relationship. You know what I'm saying? When you watch the story of how he brought Gervonta Tank Davis into his home, you know what I'm saying? And even when he went to work, he took Gervonta Tank Davis to work. This is why these guys are so close. When you have that kind of bond, say between fighter and coach, man, it's different, man. So he is dynamic on so many levels why you can't really get to Tank mentally, because the place him and Calvin come from, man, it's deep, bro. It's really deep, and it's a beautiful thing. It's almost like a father-son relationship, and he really done well with Gervonta Tank Davis. Now you got a lot of guys who are really looking at the fame and they really hating on Gervonta Tank Davis. You got Teofimo Lopez, who is a born hater. You know what I'm saying? Talking about, he just wants the notoriety. He wants to try to bring Tank up to 140, which, what I'm saying, I think Tank could beat Teofimo Lopez, calling him saying he's too pussy. Well, really, you need Gervonta Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? You want that stardom. It's almost like Gervonta Tank Davis is almost like Canelo. You know what I'm saying? If you really think about it, he's like the Canelo at 135. So everybody wants that fight. And so everybody's going to start mentioning Gervonta Tank Davis' name, the clout chase. Even if they don't want to fight him, they're going to mention his name, right? Because he's the money man, right? So a lot of people was hating on the Frank Martin fight because they said it flopped and everything. But they said that I think I was listening to Champ side, and he was saying like he was there at the fight, and he said that the place was packed. The place was packed. So a lot of people's gonna hate on this damn fight. You know what I'm saying? It was an exciting ass fight. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I mean, it lasted 8 rounds, and you could see the pressure. You could feel the pressure that was on Frank Martin. I mean, I never seen Gervonta Tank Davis so loose, so calm. You know what I'm saying? He was just, you could just see it, man. So he's a seasoned big stage fighter now. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's when he gets Lomachenko in the ring, it ain't gonna be no different. And because now it's too late. That's why you got to try to catch the Jerron Boot sentences early, before they get that swag, before they get that confidence. And that's what Lomachenko was trying to do. He was trying to catch Gervonta Tank Davis early so he can get that win over him and have that psychological edge. But you know what I'm saying? That never happened, and now he's got to face a fully empowered Gervonta Tank Davis, who is going to destroy his ass in the ring, man. This is going to be, it's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly. He fight Lomachenko. He says, "Pooh, what are your thoughts about Tank versus Inoue?" I told y'all. See, now y'all starting to see. I told y'all that. I told y'all that months ago. I told you this when this man was down there at goddamn 112, 115. I said, you know what I'm saying? I said they're gonna try to build this guy up to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. And you know why? Because there's no money down there. There's no money down there in the light. There's only money only starts at 135. You know what I'm saying? Unless you like a super, and they made him they're trying to build him to be this super monster that nobody can stop. You know what I'm saying? Nobody gives a damn about his undisputed, you know what I'm saying, down at them little tic tac weights. Nobody gives a shit. Now he got all these accolades, right? But he still, now he did beat Cool Boy Steph. He did beat Cool Boy Steph, and that's huge. That is huge. I give him a lot of credit for beating Cool Boy Steph because Cool Boy Steph coming out of Jerron Business, that Philly gym, you know what I'm saying? That is a big achievement because them boys can box. Cool Boy Steph can box. And I don't know if Cool Boy underestimated him or he just looked at him like, some, you know what I'm saying, some Asian, you know what I'm saying, plaything. I don't know. But he went out there and he got Falumaloon, right? He got Falumaloon. And I give Inoue a lot of credit. But after I saw that, I said, you know what? I said they're gonna try to build him up to 130 and try to get Tank to come down to 130 to fight anyway. This is gonna happen. And I don't trust Inoue. I think he's on shit. I think he's on some shit. And y'all not gonna believe it until he get in there and he be the first to knock Tank ass down or knock his ass out. Y'all not gonna believe that. But you don't just float through weight classes like that. And we all know that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he's floating through weight classes like he's been there his whole goddamn life, just like Manny Pacquiao did. And we know that's on some bullshit. So y'all not gonna look into it until, you know what I'm saying, he get up there and he beat your boy Tank, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you, get ready for this shit because they're trying to build it up right now. And I don't trust it because they're trying to knock off all our great fighters. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look at Ryan Garcia, how he did Devin Haney. They try look at Deontay Wilder, look at Errol Spence Jr. They're trying to knock out all the people's champions and stuff. You know what I'm saying? One by one, they're going down in flames. You know. This is Dark Kid says, yeah, I agree. Sounds like they building them up like a triple T. Yeah, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all this was coming. You know, you see, he went to who fight was that? He went to I can't remember, y'all. Yeah, I think what fight was that he went to? Was that Tank fight? Who fight was that? In a way, showed up at? No, that was Shushu. He went to a Shushu fight, and so now he's starting to scout. You know what I'm saying? Who he could beat in America. So I'm thinking that Inoue is probably going to have an American debut, and the monster Inoue is probably going to and it's going to be against somebody he can surely dog out. And I don't know if you want to fuck with Shushu like that. I don't know if Shushu is ready um, for a fight like that, but I love Shushu's skills. He's an exceptional. I think he's a special fighter too. Don't get me. I'll be the first to say out of the new crop, the new Jackson. He's an older guy. He's like 27, I believe, or 28, something like that. Shushu. He's an older guy. So if he's gonna get that fight, Shushu will be the one to stop him from reaching that level of where he's just going to fight Tank. You know what I'm saying? And not that I'm afraid, but If he goes in there jacked up on that shit, you know what I'm saying, Shushu is probably gonna bite the dust like Cool Boy Steph. You know what I'm saying? He's probably gonna follow the same suit because you can't withstand his power. You know what I'm saying? How the fuck is a motherfucker that come from 105 pounds and shit coming up to damn, you know what I'm saying, 130, knocking motherfuckers out. But that's gonna establish him and solidify him at 130 as a 130 fighter. And then that's when they're gonna start getting on Tank head. They're gonna start getting on his tail to get that fight. Yeah. He says, Mark Smith says, Pool, you are on spot on knocking off all the black fighters with monetary integrity. Yeah. I mean, you can see it. I mean, it's like it's right there. I mean, it's not like they look how they just knocking off all the fighters that the black people love, that's willing to fight anybody. Look at Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? Look at the twins. You know what I'm saying? They're no longer relevant. So one by one, they're going down in flames and stuff, you know. And it's just sad, man, that boxing we have to keep this image of WS, you know, saying to keep us in place, you know, saying. And it's like, as long as these guys are dominant, you know, saying that they're not going to open up the opportunities, you know, saying they're not going to open up every door for them to be great as they can be. So to me, we have a fake, boxing legacy going on right now because there have been so many interruptions through people with PEDs, you know what I'm saying, stopping other fighters and stuff from achieving true greatness and stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's like we're in a fake era of the representation of true boxing history. And it's always going to be like this because they already know who they want to represent boxing. And as long as we got corrupt promoters, long as we got, saying, corruption in the sport, we're never going to get a true idea of who's the best. And I think it's just a fantasy now. Um, I think it's just a fantasy, say, to figure out who's the best in boxing because it's not going to happen. We got too much cherry picking going on, but so it's a form of entertainment, and that's how I'm looking at it now. I'm not looking at it like it's a sport because we just got too many. We got too many loopholes where fighters can, duck out, decline, not fight the next guy in line. Saying Canelo, he gets to fight who the fuck he wants. Um, saying he don't have to fight nobody he don't want to fight. He's done enough for the sport. That's what they say. So, why even look at it like it's a sport? You know what I'm saying? It's just a big event. It's just a big event type of a thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not a sport. Especially with the sanctioning bodies back in the big money fighters, you know what I'm saying, and the ones with the network deals, the one who brings in the most cash, those are the fighters that's going to get deference from, what I'm saying, they're going to get deference from the sanctioning bodies. That's who they're going to back. So, it's just sad to see, fighters like Errol Spence Jr. fall off, you know what I'm saying, but they're trying to give us the best fight the best. And those fighters are falling by the wayside. You got to be a cherry picker nowadays. You could go out there and you could try to fight the best if you want to and get wore down. You know what I'm saying? You'll be the people's champion, but you're only gonna get so much success when that last guy start trying to maneuver around you. And that's why that's why boxing is kind of incomplete right now. We can't, down one thing about 115, the Bam, I think we got Bam Rodriguez and what's his name? Estrada, Francisco, San Francisco, what's his name? Juan Francisco Estrada. They be fighting. Those Mexicans down there at the Tic Tac, they be getting it in, man. Bam and Estrada's going to fight this weekend. That's going to be pretty cool. And I think Teofimo Lopez is fighting nobody as usual. Um, he'll fight one big fight. Teofimo Lopez will fight one big fight, and then he'll fight nobody. While he talks shit about everybody else, like he was talking shit about Tank, calling him he's too pussy to fight me. I'm just like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, this shit is deep, man. The corruption is deep, but it's the sport that we chose you know, that it's the sports that we chose to watch. So, even though we can't control shit that's happening in it. So here is here is Shakur Stevenson talking a little bit about the Frank Martin fight and give his thoughts. And we're gonna just watch some of the videos that some people had thoughts about it.
It was a professional versus an amateur. Frank Martin lost the fight in round one. When Tank walked out and made him do exactly what he wanted him to do, he lost the fight. Frank went out there and just wasted a lot of energy in the first 3 or 4 rounds. And by round 5, round 6, especially with the weight problems that he was having, he got tired. And once he got tired, his ball game, Tank lined him up and got rid of him. It was a professional versus an
So Shakur Stevenson said it was
professional versus an amateur.
Professional versus an amateur, and I can kind of agree. Even though it's kind of harsh by the way he's saying that, it's kind of true because he got outmaneuvered and outthought by Tank, and you know what I'm saying. But that's easy for him to say, being on the outside looking in, because we saw him against Edwin Dos Santos, and he looked like a fucking amateur. His whole style is like an amateur, but he's technically good. But it's just interesting for him to say, use that as a setup for that fight, saying that it was like a professional against an amateur. Well, I just think Frank Martin was out his depth, so he didn't have the experience of the big stage. So, I'm saying, he needs to, think about that too. But even though I do agree with what he was saying, so he also talked about Lomachenko. What do you think? How he think that Tank and Lomachenko would work out? And here we go.
It just depends on which Lomachenko show up. I honestly can't see him just knocking Lomachenko out. I think Lomachenko is defensively sound. He know tricks, and like the skill level that Lomachenko is on is a lot better than what Frank Martin is. So no disrespect to Frank Martin, but it's just the experience level that Lomachenko has. So I don't see that fight looking like that, but I can see Tank got the edge on younger, fresher, and powerful. So he got the edge for sure. But I don't see it being like no whitewash. And it also depends on what Lomachenko got left in the tank, because a lot of people watched that last fight and felt like he looked super good. But like I pay attention and I thought he looked good, but I seen like he couldn't.
Now, I don't think he's seen shit, because if you take a look at that fight, what I'm saying, you take a look at that fight. I mean, Tank took what Frank Martin give him. He can't control what Frank Martin, and then he kind of contradicted himself, because he said that Frank Martin did exactly what Tank wanted him to do, and he knew the fight was over. Here, he's saying that he couldn't do what he wanted to do. So that's a contradiction, It's like, okay, which one is it? Was he able to get Frank Martin to do what he wanted to do? I don't think it was that deep. I just think Tank went out there and knew Frank Martin was going to do a lot of moving around, and he would tire out, and then he would put that power on him, and he was breaking him down. That's all that was, So that's a pro move, And that's what happened. The man, he took advantage that the man didn't have experience, and we talked about that. We said that experience might come into play. So Shakur, he's always trying to make himself look good by saying that he saw something. Saying he's going to end up like fucked up like Mikey Garcia did against Errol Spence Jr. Every time a motherfucker sees something, they get the head shorty. What's going on, Mike Rhythm in the building? He says Frank is a fighter. He's not a constant runner like Shakur. Exactly. And he went out on his shield. You know what I'm saying? He went out on his shield like a man. So, saying you really can't, I'm saying, you really got to give him big ups for that. It's hard to go out there and face a power punching machine like Tank Davis. Tank Davis is a special dude, man. And he went out there and faced him. And that's huge. That is huge. So here's Tank, I don't know if y'all saw the post fight remarks. You know what I'm saying? He talks a little bit about how he set the whole shit up. And I was like, wow, I was just really impressed by his composure, his maturity. He wasn't out here trying to make Tank look bad, but here we go.
Congratulations on the victory. Obviously, it's always a matter of time with you when you're going to land that knockout punch. How did you size him up, and what did you do to get to that moment where you ended the fight?
I just had to get in the right range. You know what I mean? I was fighting my range out. He had a decent jab. He was moving a lot. You know what I mean? Just had to break him down as the fight was going on.
So many great fighters that you can take on next, including maybe Lomachenko. Interested in that fight? November,
for sure.
Talked about?
Yeah, for sure. As long as we go back to the...
So now Tank is interested in that fight. Damn, I don't know why I turned it off. Now I got to play through the whole damn thing again. So now he's ready for Lomachenko. Before, he didn't have the confidence, to really face Lomachenko, because Lomachenko was fully into his stride and in his prime. He came into boxing, older. He turned pro older. So, he was already fully developed once he came to the pros. Even though he still had a lot to learn, Lomachenko was still a grown-ass man, when he hit the pros. So, So, when he called that Tank, he was trying to catch him early to put that L, on his resume. And, I just think they did a great job over at Mayweather to let Tank get his craft together. And now he's ready for Lomachenko. And boy, they hate that shit too, because they know that Lomachenko is probably going to bite.
Congratulations on the victory. Obviously, it's always a matter of time with you when you're going to land that knockout punch. How did you size him up, and what did you do to get to that moment where you ended the fight?
I just had to get in the right range. You know what I mean? I was fighting my range out. He had a decent jab. He was moving a lot. You know what I mean? Just had to break him down as the fight was going on.
So many great fighters that you can take on next, including maybe Lomachenko. Interested in that fight? November,
for sure.
Talked about?
Yeah, for sure. As long as we go back to the drawing board, and I wanted to fight all of them.
Thank you so much. Congrats.
Tank, straight in front. Right here, right in front of you.
Oh.
Congratulations on the knockout.
Thank you.
You bet. A lot of people thought early on in the fight, as sometimes is the case with you, that you started a little slowly and that a lot of people had him winning early on. How did you feel like you were doing? Did you think he was doing anything to win rounds, and you figured it was a matter of time before your power came out?
Oh, my bad. Yeah. I mean, he definitely was, throwing more punches than our beginning of the rounds. And my whole thing was to, let him tire himself out. I don't think he was connecting a lot of them shots, but he was definitely, touching my gloves and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I knew he was going to tire himself out. That was the whole game plan.
And on the last shot, the left hand is one of the most brutal left hands I've seen, maybe ever. That was a very impressive shot. Did you feel like that? He seemed like he was really badly hurt with the shot before that. Did you figure that when you landed that shot, because you ran to the corner post to start to get in position to do your flip, I think before the referee even finished counting to 10.
Yeah, I knew the way he felt like he wasn't getting back up, because he hit his head, on the mat, So overall, he's a great fighter.
Gervonta, do you think, you get so much notoriety for your power, but your smarts in the ring people don't talk about a lot, and it seemed like, guys get into patterns and you find that and you break it down, and you seem like you're the smarter fighter a lot of times at the end of the day, but people don't give you credit for that. Do you agree with that, A, and B, do you think it's frustrating to, hear about your power but not hear about how smart you are in the ring?
It's been going on for my whole pro career, so it's okay. It's really like, people can play, smart people can play dumb, but dumb people can't play smart. You know what I mean? So it goes like that.
And, you had mentioned you want to fight all of them, right? And
so that was Tank, So Tank, letting you know what the game plan was. I think this was probably one of his best performances. And I just wanted to get a little bit of how Frank, how he came up, and he kind of explained where he went wrong in the fight.
Yeah.
Okay. Questions for Frank Martin?
Hey, Frank, what's up, man? Najee from Cigar Talk. What's up with you?
What's going on, brother?
up,
Congratulations, man, just even being here and fighting tough. In the beginning of the fight, you know, you had it under control. You were moving well, using your jab. It felt like you won a lot of the early rounds. I would say maybe around 5 or 6 is when it started to feel like it took a turn. Can you tell me about that part, like what you remember, like when the momentum started kind of shifting for you?
Just I got to chilling too much on the ropes, you know. Derek, that's one thing he been talking to me about in training camp for a while, you know, not getting comfortable on the ropes, you know, not chilling on them, you know, just because I feel like, you know, I can catch shots and this and that, you know. I just felt like I was on the ropes too much, you know. I had started just chilling on the ropes too much, bouncing off of them and stuff.
Okay, and quick follow-up. A lot's been made about Tank's power. How was his power to you? Was it really like devastating power?
I mean, he got power, you know what I mean, but it's more like he do a great job at landing this big shot, you know. He know how to land that shot, you know, hit guys on the button and just get him up out of there, you know, because he an accurate puncher and he just know how to land that shot.
Frank, just a question. You did as well against him as just about anybody that's ever fought against him, and you still end up getting knocked out. What do you think, what kind of performance does it take, what kind of fighter would it take to end up beating Gervonta?
You said what type of fighter?
Yeah.
I mean, you just gotta go in there and box. You gotta be able to box, you know, and just watch all the shots, you know, because he got them shots that if you don't see him, you know, he can get you out, and he's sneaky with it. You know, he could take a punch, he can give a punch too. So it's just like just being woke. With him, you gotta be woke in there. I've been saying that like the whole time leading up to this fight. You know, you gotta be woke, and I got caught with a shot, not being woke. So.
Frank, straight in front of you. I was wondering when you got to the ring and you know your first time in front of that kind of big crowd, big event. I mean, you've handled the promotion, it seemed to me, very, very well. I wanted to know, like, what were you feeling when you got into the ring? Did it take you a little bit of time to sort of catch your breath, sort of, because of the magnitude of the event? Or did you feel like you handled it very well?
I feel like I handled, you know, the lights, the people, you know, and the crowd and stuff. I felt like I didn't let that throw me off of my game plan. You know, I was focused. You know, once I was in the ring, everything else was just kind of like, you know, like I was tunnel vision while I was in the ring. So, like, when I went out there, it was just, you know, I was locked in on him. You know, I wasn't too much worried about the crowd or nothing like that, you know, because I came to, you know, get the win. But I came up short.
Frank, Cynthia Conde, Best Women's Boxing Show, period. Congratulations. We've talked a lot about Tank's power, but a lot of people don't realize, obviously, Tank has very good boxing skills. What did you think of his skills in the ring and obviously the traps that he was setting with the skills?
He got good traps, you know. He got good setups, good traps. You know, it was certain, like the trap that I got caught with was one that we knew that could possibly happen, you know, and I was just too comfortable, and you know, he landed that up on me, and I ain't see it, you know, just by being on them ropes. But he's a slick guy, you know. He could box, he could punch, you know. He could really, you know, he adaptable. You know, I feel like Tank can adapt to a lot of different styles. You know, he got the experience.
Frank, right here.
And there we go. You know what I'm saying? There you have it right there. You know what I'm saying? The man can adapt. You know what I'm saying? He's versatile in the ring. So he's not just power puncher, you know what I'm saying? So he's going to be hard to beat, man, because you don't have anybody with those kind of gifts, you know what I'm saying? A chin, a guy who could take a punch, and a guy who can, you know what I'm saying, you know, give a punch, you know what I'm saying, get you up out of there. That's going to be hard to beat. And now that he's fought an athletic fighter like Frank Martin, it's gonna be interesting to see, you know, if Shakur Stevenson can step up to the plate, because I don't think Lomachenko has what it takes to beat Tank. I think early in his career he did, but this form of Lomachenko, I think he's insignificant. I think it's going to be up to Shakur Stevenson, and from what we saw with Shakur Stevenson, you know, I don't think he's going to be able to withstand what Tank is dishing out right now. Because right now, Tank is throwing that heat. He's smart with it. He's slick with it. And I don't think Shakur Stevenson is on that level yet. Do I think Shakur Stevenson is a special fighter? I do. I don't hate Shakur. I think he's a special fighter. I think he don't have the will to fight. He don't have the will to stay in the pocket. And I think against Tank, I think you're gonna have to be able to staying in the pocket. You're gonna have to take a punch, because you can't just win a fight going backwards for 12 rounds. He says OG pulls the Lou. He says we're actually asking some real good questions to both fighters. That's what I say. You know what I'm saying? It's like right now, it's gonna take a fighter who like them old school fighters with a chin that could take a a hit on the chin, who could take it to the body. Somebody like a Marvin Hagler type, fighter to beat Tank, because he's tough. You're gonna have to, I think it was like during maybe the fourth round when Tank said he ain't got nothing on his punches. I mean, Tank said he ain't got nothing on his punches. His punches, he ain't got nothing on his punches. I heard him say that. You know what I'm saying? And so that means you're gonna have to hurt Tank, man, to beat him. You're gonna have really. I mean, you can out. I mean, Shakur has that kind of skill and footwork where he can outbox you. But Tank is going to try to walk you down. He's going to slow you down first. He's going to try to like hurt you to the body, and he's going to slow you down. And Shakur Stevenson don't have that kind of say he don't have that kind of leverage, not leverage. He don't have he can't afford that. He can't afford to slow down against Tank because Tank, once he start hitting you to the body, and once he loses his mobility, it's it for that's going to be over for Shakur. Shakur is not an inside the pocket type fighter. He's an outside fighter, right? So he's not going to be able to beat Tank inside the pocket. We know this. So his only best bet is to keep moving for 12 rounds, just like he did against Edwin Dos Santos, which was a fight that sucked. That's why nobody wants to fight Shakur, because he's not going to be in the pocket at no time. And if he is, he's going to be in and out and jumping out the pocket. I think at one point in the fight, he almost jumped out the fucking ring. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, wow, his vertical was like, God damn, bro. It was like watching a damn bull and a matador, right? Not in a good way. Like he was like actually, and when his back touched the ropes, he looked terrified. I mean, his eyeballs got so damn big. I was just like looking like goddamn Keyshawn Davis in the damn ring. So my thing is, but he talks so tough. He talks like he's a knockout artist, Shakur Stevenson. Yeah, you got a lot of skill, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people believe that Shakur Stevenson will be able to get in there and because he's so good at keeping that distance between him and the fighter. But I think the difference between Shakur and Frank Martin is that Shakur has already been on the championship stage, even though he hasn't fought a fighter with the kind of energy that Tank Davis brings. Because when you're in a fight with a certain fighter, of course they're gonna bring that energy with them. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna bring that you know what I'm saying, so whatever his reputation is, he's a knockout artist, he's mean, he can knock it. So he's gonna bring all that, and that's gonna come with him. Now I think Shakur Stevenson can handle that. So I think he can handle that because he's been and plus his ego is huge, right? He's been an Olympian, so he has his own, he has more accolades than Tank, right? So he's coming in there, and I think him being on the big stage is going to help him out, but I don't think it's going to save him from getting knocked the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Tank is going to put maximum pressure on Shakur, and it's going to help tire him out. I think Shakur is an exceptional athlete who can run. I ain't gonna say run. Who can box for 12 rounds? He could probably box for 20 rounds, but against Tank and that pressure that he's going to put on Shakur and those body shots that I think Tank is going to lay on him. Excuse me. I think that's going to be the thing that decides whether Shakur gets knocked out or he goes 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? Because he can't allow Tank to touch him to the body, and we know what that's going to look like, and that's what Tank was kind of referring to in that post-fight interview. He was saying we know how that fight is going to go. He was telling everybody, you know how that fight's going to go. He's going to have to chase down Shakur. That's why nobody wants to fight Shakur, because you got to chase him down. It's like fighting a damn mongoose. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, most fighters want a fighter that'll sit in the pocket where they can get some shots off too. But Shakur is so good at distance, and he's got a great jab. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to throw singles. He can throw in combination, you know what I'm saying? But he knows how to throw where you can't hit him back. So, but Tank said he's gonna, he says he won them all, and I don't see where Shakur has a chance in hell, but he seems like he's talking a good game, and he wants that Tank fight. So I think that's gonna be Lomachenko and Shakur Stevenson. That's gonna be like, the two good fights for Tank. That we're all going to be looking for. I don't think Lomachenko is going to put up a great fight, but if he does, he will shock the world. I mean, if Lomachenko beats Tank, he will shock the world because right now Tank is seen. He's the face of boxing right now. He's that guy. He's like a mini Tyson or something. Right now he's like really entering the best fighting that he's ever going to do. This is the best Gervonta Davis that we're ever going to see. Right now he is the best, man. I mean, I'm like he really showed me something in that fight. What's going on, Grease with Fire? What's going on, X? He says, yeah, leeway. He says, Tank is good at cutting the ring off. Very good. Yeah. Man, and all he needs is this is what really impresses me. He don't need a whole bunch of punches to get you up out of there. And I think a lot of people are intrigued by the fact that this man come in there and hit you with about 15 or 20 punches and the fight's gonna be over. He don't throw a whole bunch of punches. You know what I'm saying? The way he put one glove on Frank Martin head and he hit him with a double left or some shit like that. And I was like, damn, it just looked like he is just destroying Tank. I think it was Frank Martin. He was like bent down in the ropes. And I was like, oh shit. Looked like he's just chopping him down like a damn tree. And I'm saying this guy can do things that other fighters can't do. And he's a short guy. But you would have swore he was 6'3" the way he was beating Frank ass, right? He's a little short shrimp. You know what I'm saying? And he was just bullying the shit out of Frank Martin. I was like, oh my God, Frank. I said, you got to stand your ground, bro. Even though you're gonna get knocked out, you got to stand your ground. And I don't think Shakur can do this, man. I don't think he can run for 12 rounds. For him to win the fight, you got one guy coming forward trying to attack you, and you're just trying to scrape him off with, jabs and shit like that, but you're trying to get away at the same time. The shit is not going to look right. And that's what Tank was talking about when he said, we all know how it's going to go because we know how Shakur respond to power punching dudes, right? So, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's going to be as good as everybody think. I think it's going to be a boring fight. I think Tank is going to bring the excitement to that fight because Shakur talks a damn good game. He is a special fighter. He talks a damn good game, but when it comes to, throwing punches and fighting shit, not against somebody good like Tank, not with somebody who can take you out with a body shot. What's going on, Bruce? Boxing Gas and more. What's happening, bro? Haven't seen you in a minute, my brother. Thanks for coming through. And Greek say Shakur is soft and would get done worse than anyone else Tank has KO'd. And that's a possibility because Tank is a different type of beast. And I would never want to say that shit. I would, not that I'm a Tank hater or nothing, but I want to see him in there with better opposition. And kind of when he beat Boreals was kind of when I started coming around. Because he went through some shit. This guy goes through adversity. It's just that he's so damn tough. He could take so much punishment that they can't hurt him like that. You know what I'm saying? He's like a damn one of them trash pail kids and shit. Like that motherfucker can't die, man. You hit Tank hard, and he just feels what you got. And if you can't really hurt him, bro, he's coming. He's coming. So that's like some old school shit. That was like them old school fighters where they test your strength, and if you can't really rock them like that, they're fit to take you out. And that's what I see from Tank. He's got that old school gifts where just like Canelo, he's got a chin, and if you can't hurt him, bro, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna come at you. And if you can't handle what he's dishing out, guess what? Guess what? He's gonna put the maximum pressure on you. And man, the way he was throwing them shots to the body of Frank Martin. Frank Martin didn't want no more of that shit. I was like looking at that kid how he was throwing, man. I was like, wow, wow. I said, this dude here is, like I said, he's the best at 135. And I don't see why Shakur, saying Shakur is fooling himself if you think he's just going to be able to get in there and just box Tank. How he's going to back him up? There's no way he's going to do it. Tank going to take a punch to give a punch. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he's going to be running all goddamn night. So I just don't think it's an intriguing fight. But the buildup is going to be interesting because, Shakur is a great talker. He think he be convincing people. He think he convinced people, but once you see him in the ring in the lackluster performance, it's like nobody believes that, man. Nobody believes you're gonna sit in the pocket with a Tank and fight. You're gonna be running like a motherfucker, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like you might get in a few jabs or whatever, but Tank can move in that thing. He don't have to stay stationary. He's just trying to figure out, what you're doing. And so and the best way to pinpoint his shot. So I think, once he's got to get Shakur late because it's gonna take a while for Shakur to settle down. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be like a little cat in there. And so he's gonna have to hit that cat to the body to slow his ass down. And once he slow him down, the fight will be over. And oh yeah, he stops Lomachenko too. Lomachenko, he's gonna stop Lomachenko too. Lomachenko, he's done lost a step. Even though he looked good against George Kambosos, but it's George Kambosos. You know what I'm saying? We all know that George Kambosos was a showcase fight. He's a broke down fighter, after he done lost to all these he done lost to Devin twice. What was that dude? Maxie Hughes guy he lost to. The dude is a non-factor. So for him to win against George Kambosos don't mean shit. And he got a belt out of it. See, this is the shit I'm talking about, how they make it easy for certain guys. They want to win. They want to guys they want to promote. So they make it easy. They give them an easy belt. To get back center stage. So Lomachenko is back on the scene now. You know what I'm saying? He better stay far away. He better stay far away from Tank because he don't have it, man. He don't have it. What's going on, M Banks?
Man, what's up? What's up? Yeah, I think Tank, he like a created character in a video game, bro. Like if you went to like his attributes, he'd have like so many shits in the 90 on top of him being the A side of shit too.
Yeah, he's like a cheat code or something. He's like that overpowered.
Yeah, he take punishment. He got 2 equalizers in both hands. He can walk you down and get you out early or late. Like, and the A side, like he can do whatever he want with the weight and all that shit too. Like, damn, nigga, you damn.
But do you see how fast he is? How explosive he is, bro? I mean, that's the scary shit. I mean, how he switches up his timing and shit, man. He's a smart ass fighter. Man, so he's almost like the perfect athlete and skill mixed together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like he had me bust out laughing in that press at that press conference where he did that backflip, like right in front of the lady and shit. I'm like, damn, man, he like a little agile ninja nigga too.
But that's what I'm saying. He's got all those physical gifts, man, and mental gifts. He don't seem like a bright guy, but he is. You know what I'm saying? Inside that ring, he has great instinct.
He like the Bam Bam of this shit. Like this nigga just.
Did you see how relaxed he was, man, against Frank Martin? Did you see how relaxed he was?
Yeah, and it's like he get like bruised up sometimes, but he don't never really be getting like, He
don't care. He don't care about it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's his style.
It's like he like Khabib in this shit too. Like he like just you know what he gonna do. He gonna it's coming.
Yeah, he gonna take his time. You know what I'm saying? Because at first I said, okay, well, Tank is kind of a counter puncher. It don't matter, bro. It don't matter. He do it all. I'm
Man.
trying to you're trying to peg him, but he's just he's as good in every aspect. He's great in every aspect, but on top of it, he has the power to clean your ass up out of there. So
And
he know. Mhm.
and
Go ahead.
Loma now, it's like it's too late, bro. Like same thing with him and Devin. I'm like, well, bro, if you would have fought Devin after Campbell instead of making him the email champ, you probably would have had a better chance of beating Devin. In the same thing with Tank, because I'm like, oh, Loma now, nah, that Cambosa shit wasn't it for me. Like that ain't.
But
That ain't.
I told y'all I said when they're gonna use him to try to springboard Lomachenko back into the mainstream, right? To be the try to make him put his names back up in lights and stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like I say, man, I get sick of this shit, man. It's like I see this shit in boxing over and over again. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man. The guys that's getting down and fighting the best dangerous fights, they're not getting the credit. Because when I look at the writers, Loma looked perfect. He's the Matrix again. There was nothing missing from his game. I was like, bro, he's fighting George Kambosos. I mean, come on, man. I was like, stop that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man.
Like that Tio was supposed to do that to Cambosis when they first fought.
And he's talking shit. I'm like, bro, come on, man. You just want that big money fight. You gonna get in there. Now that would still be a good fight. I ain't finna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to see Tank put the beats on Teofimo Lopez, because he talk a lot of shit, bro. He talk a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
his
now,
daddy too, bruh. And to me, it's like T.O. he kind of talented or whatever. He got footwork or whatever. He got a little pop, but he like him and his dad, bro. It's like that personality, bro. Like I hate that style of Hispanic sometimes. Like the Benavidezes, I love all them. The daddy, all they cool,
yeah,
But these
I'm really
T.O. and his daddy, they like I heard like when El Royo was getting on Teofimo ass back in the sparring. Teofimo dad want to get in the ring and fight too. Like, nigga, just cause El Royo whooping your son ass, chill out, bro. It's just sparring, ain't it? It's just sparring.
Didn't T.O. leave his daddy and shit when they had got into a fight with some black guys and shit? You know what I'm saying? He left his daddy in there. Hauled ass on his daddy. I was like, nigga, I was like, are you serious? I said, you left your daddy to get his ass whipped, man? Are you serious? This nigga so corny, man. It's like most fighters, even if you with your boy, you ain't finna abandon your boy. You know what I'm saying? You abandon his daddy, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nigga, get your ass up out of here with that old pussy pork ass shit.
Man. I remember when T.O. opened the middle duck when he put that Donald Duck shit on his head and started bouncing around and shit. Like, yeah, I'm ducking. Like, oh, okay. Well, that's all you had to say.
Yeah, Bruce, Boxing Jasmine. He says, Tank loses rounds, but he never loses control of the fight. And that's true. You know what I'm saying? Because he knows exactly. See, and that's what I'm saying. That's what's so scary about that kid, man, is that he has so much confidence. He has so much confidence that he can let you have 3 or 4 rounds. But all he's doing is seeing what you're doing. All he's doing is analyzing what your game plan is, and he's gonna negate it. You know what I'm saying? By cutting off the ring, putting in those pinpoint shots where he needs to, you know what I'm saying, to lay in that big shot on you. And I don't think he just relies on power, because he can box. You know what I'm saying? I mean, all this is set up. You know what I'm saying? It's not just him using his left hand. You know what I'm saying? All of it is set up. You know what I'm saying? All of it is planned. And that's the scary part about it. He has confidence in their game plan. He has confidence in what they do in the ring. And I got a video here by what's your boy name? Robert Guerrero, where he's talking a little bit about, you know what I'm saying, how Tank approach is. So here we go.
Gervonta's knockouts against Frank Martin. What'd you think of how he approached the fight and how the fight kind of evolved for him to be able to set up that shot to get him the knockout?
I think the way Tank fights, almost all of his fights, is he's one of the smartest fighters in boxing right now. He starts off pretty slow, where he gives away the first 3, 4, sometimes even 5 rounds. He's been behind on a lot of his fights on the cards, but he does it purposely. It's not like he's doing it because he's frustrated, he doesn't know what to do. He's doing it because he starts off slow, but he's just figuring out his opponents, figuring out every movement. There's very, very few fighters that could do that, man. You have to be very technical and very smart, and the big plus is that he's got tremendous power. When he lands, he's gonna hurt. So I think right now he's unstoppable. I think any of the champions at 135 will be in trouble when it comes to fighting Tank. He's just so smart. A lot of fighters start slow, but if you don't have the power, you give away the first 5 or 6 rounds, then you're in trouble. You either have to win every single round to have a draw, or you have to win, drop your opponent once to get an extra point. He does that knowing that he's going to knock them out. One punch away from knocking them out, and he's done it. He's doing it over and over. So you got to respect that. He's a very smart man.
So how do you counteract like someone that has so much power? Like we've seen like with the heavyweights, like with Fury and others, they just backed Wilder back. I know Wilder's limited, and I'm not trying to compare him to Gervonta. Gervonta is so much more skilled, but with a power puncher, do you have to back him up? Like what do you do to stop them from pressuring you and teeing off on you like that?
You know what? I don't know, because one day I might go against them. As I have some lightweights that are really good too, 140-pounders that are really good, that one day you never know, might even face him. And I know what I would do, but you just have to be in great shape, because you might be able to get away with winning the first 5 or 6 rounds, but then you're in trouble. Especially if you're not in shape, especially if you're a little fearing his power, if you're a little worried about his power, then there's no chance. You have to have that mentality where I'm gonna beat him, and there's nothing that's gonna stop me. Yeah, he's so strong, but I'm gonna know how to hold him when he gets close to me. I'm gonna know how to back him up, maybe push him back. You have to know that, and you have to have the fighter that's willing to do it, because the trainer could do everything possible, but if the fighter doesn't do it, then there's nothing anybody could do. The fighter has to want to do it. Is it possible? Yes. Do I see anybody doing it anytime soon? I don't think so.
They're talking Lomachenko, and I know you're really familiar with Vasily Lomachenko. At this age, at this point of his career, can Lomachenko beat a Gervonta?
I think 5 or 6 years ago, I would have picked Lomachenko right away. Right now, it might be too hard to. I think at his age and his size also, because he's not that big of a lightweight. I think I'd have to favor Tank. His power, is just unbelievable. But Loma's got great skills, man. Loma's the one that will not be afraid of him. Loma's the one that will be in great shape. So if he fights smart and knows how to win the first few rounds, and then fight smart the rest of the fights, the rest of the rounds, then there's a chance he could pull it off.
So that was Robert Garcia's take on it, and I don't know. I don't agree with the Lomachenko thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Lomachenko. I don't think he got it right now. I think he need everything he had back when he was the Matrix just to beat Tank at this point. If I was to face, let's say if Tank was facing 5 or 6 years ago, I still would pick Tank. You know what I'm saying? So now at 36, I don't think he stands a damn chance in hell. You know what I'm saying? Especially, he's not going to come forward on Tank. You know what I'm saying? It took him 7 rounds to come forward on Lomachenko, on Teofimo Lopez. It took him 7 rounds to come forward on Teofimo Lopez. So Tank, if he come forward on Tank, the fight is going to end quick. You know what I'm saying? So he's going, and Lomachenko, his Achilles heel is fighting backwards. He don't do well fighting backwards. He fight well going forward. That's when the Matrix happens. Him stepping over, doing all them different angles and shit like that. He's not going to be able to do that shit against Tank, because Tank can pivot with him. Everybody knows the secret now to beating Lomachenko. That's all Lomachenko did was pivot with him. You know what I'm saying? It's like, shit, he going to catch something pivoting with Tank. Tank catch your ass off the pivot. He's great with that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't, I think Lomachenko era is over. It will be interesting just because of the name matchup, because of the name cachet that Lomachenko carry, but that's about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he has the gifts right now to beat Tank. And you know what I'm saying? He might make it an interesting fight for maybe 5, 6 rounds, but no more than that. What you think, Kim Banks?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, Loma like to try to pour it on late, and I'm like, Tank will probably get Loma out early.
And Tank, he's in better shape. He's coming in better shape than he did when he now maybe when he was younger because Tank wasn't as dedicated to his conditioning. Tank used to get tired in fights and stuff like that. But now this prime Tank that's watching his conditioning, you saw what kind of shape he was in that Frank Martin
Yeah,
fight.
he like a 99 overall on this bit, you know. Like
So
he
if
in
he
prime condition and Loma, Loma been scouted now. Like the glitch, we got the glitch to the matrix now, bro. Like we got you lined up. You in sight. You scouted. Like
yeah.
so
So everybody know he can't fight going backwards. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and he's not going to engage you until he download his data. You know what I'm saying?
like
So
the way Salido beat him, the way Teofimo beat him, the way Devin beat him, it's like okay, bro. And then who did they say he? I didn't watch the fight. It was Loma versus it was before the I think it was before the Devin fight. They said it was a close one and that Loma
well,
lost that shit too.
damn. Oh, you talking about the Jermaine Ortiz? Jermaine
Yeah,
Ortiz.
Ortiz, yeah. Yeah, they said
Jermaine,
that.
yeah. Because
They said
I
that was
thought,
too close.
but he was coming off a layoff. He was coming off a long layoff. Where he went to the war or some shit. Everybody know that nigga was in
Oh
America.
shit. Yeah.
That nigga was in America. That nigga wasn't in no goddamn whatever the hell he from. Hell nah. Ain't no goddamn way his little short ass gonna be over there. You know what I'm saying? He's no soldier, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't even inspiring the troops tonight.
It's like why would they risk you like that? You one of the things that Ukraine only got left after Russia whooping y'all ass. Like you want to keep Loma safe. Why would you even put him in? What the fuck? Yes.
I mean, if the heavyweight champion of the world and shit wasn't over there in the USO over there going around shit. You know what I'm saying?
Out of every box, yeah, like Bivol and Better Biev ain't over there whooping y'all ass in they
For sure. I'm like, nigga, if the heavyweight champion of the world ain't over there trying to represent shit, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I feel sorry for you. Hey.
Then when another Hug Fury, he don't even gotta, the gypsies ain't shit. Nigga, they don't got shit to fight for. He ain't doing shit, but y'all nut Hug Fury though.
Right. He said Tank stops Loma to the body 2 and 7 or 8. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, probably earlier than that. Because Loma's a little dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Loma's a little dude. And I don't think he could take the punches of a Tank Davis. Tank has perfected his punching ability. So
yeah, Loma like an 85 overall now. Like he like a B plus boxer to me. Like he B plus. where Tank is like an A plus. You know.
I think he's an A+ boxer, but it's just that he's a little dude that's trying to fight in a. I think Loma would dominate down at 130, but there's no money down there.
Yeah, he'll be suit.
It'll be a good fight. A good fight for Loma would be shoot. You know what I'm saying? Fighting shoot with somebody like that down at 130. At 135, he's fighting kind of like when Floyd was fighting at 154. You know what I'm saying? He's fighting above his weight class,
Yeah.
And he's gonna get his ass taken out by an elite fighter like Tank. You know what I'm saying? Because Tank is a fucking certified assassin at this point. You know what I'm saying? He done perfected his punching technique, his abilities and skill all has come together. He's in his prime. So this is what in your prime supposed to look like when you're fighting your damn best. You know what I'm saying? This is what it's supposed to look like. When a fighter, you know what I'm saying, when they get all their skills after all their experience come together in one fight, this is what that shit look like. You look like a unbeatable juggernaut. That's what you look like. And we saw that with Frank Martin. Even though Frank Martin lacked the experience, he's still a dude that can move. He's still a dude with a lot of talent and has some great battles in the ring. So he should have been at least able to survive. But he went out there and he did his best. You know what I'm saying? He just didn't have the experience. You know what I'm saying? To stay off them goddamn ropes. You know what I'm saying? And he got Falumaloon with the uppercut. Because I was wondering when the uppercut was going to come, and, and he hid that shit. You know, he hit that uppercut right up to the point where he needed it, and got Frank ass up out of there. You know, and I know Frank was looking for it. He was looking for everything, and he got caught. You know what I'm saying? He got caught. You know what I'm saying? And that was that. He says, Doc Kidd says, shout out to Robert. He says, what kind of question is that? He says, if I'm a boxing coach, why would I give away a potential game plan to one of my fighters if he faces Tank? Basically, we knew that's what it was. I was kind of interested to see if he was going to answer the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but basically he did tell you. He did come back and say it was going to take a fighter that could take a punch. You know what I'm saying? And have the mentality to go in there and fight that nigga, man. You're going to have to fight Tank. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be able to just box him for 12 rounds. That's why I think Shakur is not going to be able to last, because he's going to be doing a lot of running. You know what I'm saying? And you can't win a fight running. If he lasts 12 rounds, it's going to be a track meet. You know what I'm saying? Because at some point in the fight, he's going to have to sit down in that pocket and pop Tank a couple of times. And Tank is not going to respect the power that Shakur has. So it's going to be interesting. You know, so it's going to be interesting. You know, or can he fight like Loma, like when he was the Matrix? Can he, you know, fight from different angles and just, you know, keep moving the whole fight? You know what I'm saying? But that cutoff game that Tank got is real crazy, man. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it all works, how it works out. And watching Loma, his footwork is gonna be interesting to see, you know, how a Tank catches Loma, because, you know, Loma, he don't like to get.
You know how Tank beat Eastside Cruz with the injured hand, right? Just, you know, outbox him. Would Loma be able to do that to Eastside Cruz now? Would he be able to outbox Eastside Cruz, you think?
Man, that'd be a good fight. That'd be a good fight, because Eastside Cruz has grown in confidence too. I mean, he's fighting on a whole other level too. So that'd be a hard ass fight for Lomachenko. That'd be a hard ass fight for Lomachenko, because that boy there, he don't ever stop. You know, that boy there throw that heat. You know what I'm saying? And he never gets tired, man. That's the thing about, he's relentless. You know, our boy Sabri Matias, he got his ass beat. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, he seemed like he was going to be one of them fighters that was going to be, you know, hard nosed to beat. But he finally got beat. But he finally got his ass beat. So, you know, I could see Cruz getting beat by somebody who can punch. You know, I think Tank. I want to see the second fight between him and Cruz, because I think Cruz is one of them fighters that don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? He'll come forward. You know what I'm saying? He'll take a punch.
And shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It'll take a punch like him. It'll take a fighter like him with more skills.
Yeah. Yeah. Eastside Cruz style with just a little bit more extra tools in the kit, you know.
Yeah, if Eastside Cruz had some of what Shakur Stevenson had, he'd be the perfect fucking fighter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you can't merge fighters like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't merge two fighters.
They is what they is and shit.
Because Eastside Cruz got power too. He got power. Pitbull is a bad dude. He ain't nothing to be fucked with, bro. And now that he's a champion, it's hard to be the guy that's gained the belt. You know what I'm saying? And fought hard to get there. But he don't want to fight Shakur. You know, he don't want to fight that style, and I understand. He don't want to fight a dude running from him. You know, he want to fight. You know what I'm saying? He turned that fight down And I understand why. It ain't because he's afraid of Shakur. It's just that style that Shakur brings. Nobody wants to fight that shit, man. It's like, at least Floyd, he would get in the pocket and let you hit him. You know what I'm saying? And say fight you, mano mano. So
Yeah,
Floyd
that damn that round 11 versus Castillo won. He was toe to toe. People don't even be
yeah.
remembering that shit.
And he was
That
fucked
whole round
up though.
11.
He was hurt. His shoulder was
Yeah,
hurt
and
that
he was
fight.
injured that fight. Yeah, he was injured that fight. Yo,
Yeah, his shoulder was
and
hurt that fight.
he was toe to toe that whole round 11 on that bitch ass. Yeah. Yeah, it'll take a lot to be. It'll take like I'd be surprised at whoever could beat Tank. I'd say that. Like if somebody beat Tank, I'd be hella surprised and shit.
Well, like I said, you're gonna have to go in there and beat him. It's gonna be hard to outbox a guy that pressures you, cut off the ring, make you engage him, and especially if he's in good shape too. You know what I'm saying? Where he throw minimum punches. He don't have to throw a lot of punches to do damage to hurt you. So that's the thing. That's like kind of like that Canelo type effect. Except Tank really does get in there and hurt you. You know what I'm saying? He really does get in there and dominate you. What's going on, KL? I'm sorry, we just going back, going. What's going on, KL?
Yeah, I was about to say, man, Fool acting like he don't know nobody. I'm about to tell him what the bodies in the closet is. Fool, maybe they need to know that. Maybe they need to know that. No, man, just sitting here listening to Bill. I mean, at this point, what I'm saying, with everything going on this year, all things considered, this is Tank era. It's his everything to lose. I think we all know that. It's not just about the Frank Martin fight. I mean, look, Devin, whatever happened to Devin, that situation with him, unfortunate, but it seems like the Haney's gonna be doing all types of shenanigans in and out of the court, so it doesn't seem like they can even be fighting right now.
Right.
We don't really know what to expect from Devin, because as much as old dude was on sauce, I mean, you really just got hit with a left hook because he got the amateur style. Devin still hasn't got out the amateur style. That's just what I think when it comes to for that. I mean, we know Ryan not gonna fight for a year, and Shakur, he keep talking like he wants Gervonta and all that, but if he get him, Shakur going to sleep. Shakur, it's as simple as that. Shakur he gonna take a nap. There's nothing to be said because he ain't got no pop to make Davis feel nervous. And if Davis don't respect your power, we see he's gonna walk you down. He's going to sit there and watch you for 6 or 7 rounds. And I know what Shakur thinking, oh man, I could just outbox. No, because the thing is, your punches don't have no pop. Tank's not gonna respect it. He's not, and if he don't respect the punch, he gonna come in. And if he's healthy, both his hands is good, and he's in a decent mindset, Shakur can't do nothing with him. His best bet, keep taking little fights and get his little game plan to develop some strength. Because if he get in there with Tank, he's going to sleep. There's nothing else to be said with that. I think the person with the best chance against Tank is Teofimo Lopez, and that's just me. I think he has the best chance to do something. But Shakur, all that got to stop, because after Shakur's last performance, I know he got a fight coming up, so we'll see. But he don't like to get hit, and he don't like to trade punches, and he like to run. And we've seen that Gervonta is good at cutting. So we gonna, that would be a cash out fight for top rank if they put him against Gervonta right now. That's one of them. Yeah, we just gonna, it is what it is.
I agree with you, man. 100%, man. It's like, these guys, they don't have enough firepower down there at 135 to like really give Tank a challenge. So I'm thinking Tank gonna have to probably move up to 140. I think he can impress a lot of people, even though he got a couple of fights he can make at 135. But after he destroys Loma, after he destroys Shakur Stevenson, who's next then? You know what I'm saying? Who's next? Them other guys, Abdullah Mason, he's too young to fight Tank right now. Of course, they keep trying to build up William Zepeda. He's not going to be a factor. William Zepeda ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? So It's just gonna be. I think he need to fight some of them dudes up there at 140. You
I
know.
mean, Tank don't. I'm gonna be honest. Just from Tank's vibe is, I'm gonna beat all the dudes y'all said I can't beat. Beat some other dudes for some money, and I'm out of here. I don't even think he want to go to 140. I know he boxed there once, but I don't think he wants to. Tank wants to run up out of here. He said he got 6 or 7 fights, and he seemed like, he's really gonna bank on that. Just the way that he moving, the way that he's talking to Floyd, and just the element, and he's about to be up out of here. So I don't even know if he's gonna want to do all that at 140. To be honest, it's just my opinion. Could be wrong.
Well, no, he did say that. He said he want all of them. So who all of them consist of? Devin Haney, Lomachenko, Shakur Stevenson. So he got what, 3 fights left? That's all. That's everybody that they say that can beat Tank. Of course, you had Bud Crawford talking about bringing up Tank to 147 to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. I thought that was kind of fantasy crazy idea. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, nah. It's like nobody wants to see that. You know, it's too much weight going on, too much weight gaining, too much weight losing. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we're gonna get the best version out of those two at that weight class. Too much going on with adjustments and everything. But you know, here's Teofimo Lopez, you know, saying trying to throw his hat into the Gervonta Tank Davis lottery, you know, talking shit about Shakur Stevenson. I don't know what's going on between Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson, but they need to go ahead and fight. You know what I'm saying? As much shit as these two, because it looked like there's some kind of weird rivalry between these two guys, because he's always trying to act like he's Shakur Stevenson promoter. And I think in this interview right here that Teofimo Lopez came out, this is probably why he's on Shakur helmet a lot. So let's check this little video out.
One move for himself. You mentioned the Shakur, that was at the Shakur fight. I remember you said something like he sized you up in the locker room or something. What was that moment? Like, what was that?
I was with his grandfather that we've known each other for so long, since kids. I mean, me and Shakur ran into each other, I think we were like 11, 12.
Yeah.
You know, and
I had him on the show. He showed you a lot of love too. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna give him my love and his flowers. Don't kid. You know, that's the person. I'm not gonna go and say that, you know, what they want to say. I'm a fake and all that stuff, man. You know, that's all on the media. You know, the moment I'm there, it's a little different. So when it came to it, you know, I was there. I was like, yo, Wally, I want to go see him. You know, let me go. And I got my popcorn there, and I just go in there deep, swole. Everybody there. Yeah. I mean, Andre Ward, Crawford. You know, all these guys coming around. You got Jared Anderson sitting there, and Shakur's there. And then I just, you know, he comes out the bathroom after just, you know, doing his thing. Comes out, you know, I'm eating my popcorn. I thought we was like, okay, I'm just here to support you. Yeah. I'm really here to support you, although it's my son's birthday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm taking the time out of my son's day for you.
Right.
Just to go, and then he'd be like, man, you ain't that tall. Like, you ain't that tall.
Oh, that's what he's...
I'm eating my popcorn. I'm like, what?
Right.
And what are you trying to say? He's like, all right, now, you know, with my jab and everything, we're going to see. And I was like, oh, so you trying to do this right now? I was like, yo, you focus on me, you about to fight.
Yeah.
You know, you about to fight, bro. You got to put on your shoes and then your gloves, and then you on.
Right.
Why you focus on me, bro? I'm just here to support you.
Yeah.
So when it came to it, man, I just said, all right, enough is enough, man. I ended up not even staying for his event. I left before he even, as he walked into the ring, I was leaving.
Okay.
So I just left. I dipped out. I was like, this shit gonna be boring anyways. So I just got out the place, and I went straight to home and went to my son.
Yeah.
You know, celebrate his day.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying? As a father should. You know, so I ain't there to brag about it. You know, Shakur is a very talented, skillful, technique fighter.
Yeah.
You know, can't take anything away from it. However, scared to get hit. Scared to get knocked out in front of the world. Scared to get touched up in front of the world.
Are you saying that off of the last fight, or just
in general?
In general.
In general.
Yeah.
In general. Me and Shakur sparred before. We did 3 rounds, and it was just light work. And me trying to figure out his jab. Does he have a good jab? Yeah, he does. But once you pass it, Once you pass his jab, it's game.
Yeah.
It's food. It's lunch food.
Because he said, he when I had him on, he was like, yo, like, he said, y'all grew up, you know, in the amateur scene and both of y'all was killing. And he was like, yo, y'all cool, but, you know, one day I want that fight.
Yeah, you see me? You see?
Yeah.
And so it's like, you want that fight. By all means, everybody wants to fight me. That's cool. But it's like, what happens when it's on paper? It's always different when it's actually on paper.
Like when the contract
When the contract comes through, it's different, bro. You feel the pressure. You feel pressure. You know what I'm saying? I am pressure. So when it comes to it, it's like, I seen his upbringing from the amateurs, his accolades, what he's done from the youth world championships and the Olympic Games and all that. The youth Olympic Games, winning gold medal, being the it kid, the gold medalist, the next Andre Ward for America. But there comes a point in time where everyone can help you get there, but you gotta finish it. And if you don't perform at that pinnacle and finish it, the ones that are helping you are gonna eventually turn their back on you. So right now, despite Shakur being so gifted as he is, I don't believe he's gonna get the amount of support that he's needing right now, coming next to his next.
That was Teofimo Lopez talking shit about Shakur Stevenson. Now he'll lose that fight for one reason and one reason only. He can't cut off the ring to save his goddamn life. And you know me, we all know here that if you can't cut off the ring on Shakur, you done lost. You done lost.
Okay, cool. So, okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest. That sound like boxer nigga mentality, man. And that's just, especially with Shakur, because here's the thing about Shakur. Shakur and Devin do this, right? Shakur and Devin, they don't really have no tact on how they try to get fights or how they deal with people. Like, so they came up with all these people, but they act, you know, they be on some, oh, you know, I'm on some warrior stuff. I'm trying to get you up out of here. But they don't have no tact. They always come across, you know, sending weird vibes to everybody. That's why people kind of want to fight them, but then it's like, I don't really want to fight you. I don't want to give you nothing, right? So now you got this situation where, you know, Teofimo went to his match right before, and you know, Shakur sizing him up. That's weird on Shakur because Teofimo, right, you should be focused. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, it don't really sound like Teofimo really want to fight him, to be honest. It don't really sound like you want to fight him. That's a weird thing.
He don't want to fight him, but he'll talk shit like he better than him. You know what I'm saying? Like he more exciting. And he is more exciting than Shakur, but he tried to put the focus. You know, you let the people do that. You don't say that. You let the people say that. And that's what you hate about Teofimo Lopez, because you can see he wants to be a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? But he's always backbiting these guys. You know what I'm saying? Instead of getting into the ring. If you're not going to get in the ring with somebody, don't talk about him. Don't talk about him. You know what I'm saying? Don't. He had like he's his promoter. He's Shakur Stevenson promoter. Why are you worried about Shakur Stevenson? You know what I'm saying? He's not even in your weight class. Why are you not talking about Sabrina Matias? Why are you not talking about guys that you're going to fight? You know, you fighting some no-name dude this weekend, I believe. Isn't Teofimo Lopez fighting this weekend? Some dude.
I think
he fighting some dude we never heard of. It's like, dude, shut your ass up. It's like, shut your ass up, man. Nobody don't want to hear that bullshit, and you ain't fighting nobody. You got all kind of killers at 140, bro. You could be fighting. Hell, you could have fought. What's the black guy name? Richard Hutchins. You could have fought him. This guy, nobody heard of this guy. I hope this guy beat the brakes off Tito.
I remember when Keyshawn Davis put him on blast at that press conference. They're like, "Hey, so what were y'all talking about?" And Keyshawn was like, "Oh, he don't want me to get into the ring after this."
I mean, you know, Tio could be right there with Tank Davis if he fought better competition. Yeah, he'll fight one big fight, and then he just like Canelo. He'll fight one big fight, and then he'll fight a bunch of no-name. He'll fight no-name dudes. You know what I'm saying? Instead of going into the next, you know, he could have fought He could have fought Antoine Russell. You know what I'm saying? He could have fought Antoine Russell, even though he took a loss. which was kind of incredible that we watched Gary Antoine Russell take a damn loss. And see, I knew it was coming because Antoine Russell, he don't use all his fucking skills. He just go in there and try to knock people out, rushing forward, not moving his head. You know what I'm saying? It's like he goes in there like he's a little Mike Tyson or some shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, use your skills. You come from a pedigree, a family of boxers, bro. All that should be second nature to you. You should be like a Jerron Boots Ennis in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You come from a boxing legacy. And I was like looking at him getting coached. I was like, what is going on right now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That was crazy, man.
Yeah, and you're right. Benavidez do need to go down Greeks with fire. He do. Because he was hitting that big dude with everything he had. That dude barely moved.
Man, yeah. Hey, that dude was built like one of them, like a Bond villain, bruh.
That nigga, all he had to do was have iron teeth. He would have been in there, goddamn.
God damn. I'm like, hey.
Iron teeth, that nigga would have been and munched on one of the ropes and popped that bitch. I like, yeah, this bitch is a monster. But you know, David did dominate him now. Don't get me wrong. David, he exhausted himself hitting that dude. What's his name? Gerdovich, or whatever his name was, Gervonta or some shit. That dude was tough. That dude was tough as hell. I mean, David was hitting him with some shit, bro. Going to the body, he ate his body up, and that dude took everything David had, bro. And it looked like he was okay at the end of the fight. He hit that dude with so many punches to the body. David was eating them up to the and then David got tired.
Like a Drago descendant or some shit.
That motherfucker was like a Viking. That nigga was like that nigga was like Beowulf or some shit up in there, man. I was like, shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, because David was, I mean, he was putting on the show. He was putting on the show, but looking at that fight, you know that he can't fuck with no Arthur Beterbiev or no Bivol. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, so can he beat Canelo then? Can he beat Canelo for what we see?
Man, Canelo ain't shit. Canelo ain't shit. Canelo old as fuck, man. He ended up looking like a granddaddy, man. It's like he's paying people to lose. You know what I'm saying? If you pay me $12 million, I'm not losing. I mean, you're not gonna go in there and beat Canelo if he's paying you that big money like that.
But here's the thing, Paul. Like, when I say Canelo, you ain't just fighting Canelo. You know that he finna come in there roided the fuck up. Heavier, he gonna, cause at certain fights he look bad, then other fights he look like he turned the clock around. For Benavidez, he finna come in there roided the fuck up, and he gonna be ready. That if they do fight, he ain't coming in there like he normally do.
But you already see the way Canelo don't even play the radio about fighting. He don't even talk about fighting David Benavidez. He is not getting in the ring with David Benavidez. That is a fight he knows he can't win. He can't even play with David. He knows David ain't gonna take the money just to lay down like everybody else. David wants, he's still young. He wants a legacy. He wants the legacy of taking Canelo down, and Canelo don't want to give it to him. See what I'm saying? That's one of them fights where you pass the torch. He's Mexican. David Benavidez is Mexican or half Mexican or whatever. He do not want to get in that fight because he know David is going to destroy him. David ain't got no finesse. David ain't got no finesse, man. He's coming in there, he gonna slap you with the damn left hook. Canelo, he outworks Canelo. Canelo gets tired, and he makes it look like, what was that guy? Triple G beat what's that French guy name? I can't think of his name. David beat the shit out of him. I forgot that dude's name. Anyway, yeah. He'll make it look like that because Canelo don't have that kind of stamina. You know, and David gonna keep whipping on your ass. He gonna keep throwing punches, and Canelo know they can't give him a round like that because David's gonna put so many hands and feet on you in a round. Canelo gonna throw 3 or 4 bombs. Even if he connect, they can't give him that round because David gonna fucking hit your ass with 60 punches and shit. You know what I'm saying? So he know that's not a good look for him. He don't want to work that hard, bro. He don't want them problems. So he's not even gonna get in the ring with David. Benavidez. It's not even a joke. You know what I'm saying? He knows he's talking about $200 million to fight David Benavidez. Isn't that some bullshit? 200
200.
million, $200 million? Oh, like, bro, you that scared? Jesus Christ. And the man has been sitting up under you, you know what I'm saying, as a interim champion for what, 3 or 4 years? Are you serious? This shit don't make no sense.
I ain't gonna lie, Pool, just to be controversial. I got roided up Nello, man. I'm taking the bet if they fight. I got roided up Nello. I feel like he gonna and Canelo Royce we trust, man. He gonna pull out the bag. He let the other Mexican make it, man. It won't be 2 in a row.
WBC, we benefit clenbuterol in this.
You know what I'm saying? I got Canelo with the roided out knockout. Then he just look at everybody with that same stupid look. And where he want to speak English, but he don't want to make his Mexican fans mad.
Well, he know goddamn well. He know goddamn well David ain't that's
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
shit, bro. That is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That dude know goddamn well, you know, at this point he don't have to do it, so he ain't gonna do it. So he know his fans gonna rock with him no matter what he decide to do. You know what I'm saying? So long as he doing it like that, shit, you know, David, that's too dangerous. Now, David, on the other hand, he's not gonna fight David Morrell Jr. So on the other hand, he got them kind of problems. So I think David Morrell Jr. also moved up to 175, but now Benavidez is talking about going back to 168.
Hey, David fighting on that Bud card, ain't he?
I'm not sure. They done switched so much shit in and out. Let me see something.
What's good, Boxing Heads? It's your boy Pool Counter Boxing, and you got the Terrence Crawford Madrimov card. You know, you got Isaac Cruz versus Jose Venezuela. You got Tim Tszyu versus Virgil Ortiz. So you know that's cooking with rice and oxtail right there. And you know you got Andy Ruiz versus Baby Miller. Ooh, that's a good one right there. Can't wait to see who's gonna win on that one. You got David Morrell versus Rod Boy. And you know what I'm saying? You got Andy Cruz versus Antonio Moran. So you got some hot ass fights on this ticket, man. And I'm telling you, man,
So I don't see, unless they done move some people around or something. I don't think David's on there unless because it looked like he would be a co-main event type fighter. But I gotta check that. I gotta check that to see if he's gonna be on that card. But David got those kind of problems. You know, that dude is a problem. They picked David Morrell Jr. over David Benavidez. So a lot of people think he'll beat David. And I think that's his most dangerous opponent at 168 right now. Is David Morrell Jr. Because I think David Morrell Jr. come back down to fight David Benavidez. Because I don't think David Morrell will do well against the Better Beeves and the Bivels. You know, so I don't think he's used to that kind of power coming back at him. But I mean, we got to see, you know, what he looked like at 175 first. We got to see if he do better than David did. So that'll tell a lot. That'll give us a lot of information. What's going on? All things in the building. Hit that like button, everybody. He said, I was saying Benavidez is not ready for Bivol or Benavidez yet, so maybe he has to grow into that weight class because his power didn't transfer from 168 in that recent fight. Well, I don't think David ever had power like that. He always had a cumulative power. We know that. So I don't know why they keep saying that he got power. I mean, for some reason, it's almost like, you know, people just kind of suspend their belief when it comes to these fighters. It's like all of a sudden at one fight they say he has power. David never had power, even at 168. He never had knockout power like that. He always had a cumulative power. He always had fast hands, and you know he can punch a lot. So you know, because it took him forever to get a couple of those fighters up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Well, just to hurt somebody, it takes a cumulative of punches for David Benavidez to really get his, you know what I'm saying, to get it going and stuff. You know, so he's never been like a one punch hurt you type fighter. So he's gonna have to get, you know. You're somebody outside. You outside, KL?
Oh no, not me.
I know that ain't me. This is who outside. Somebody car's going. Oh, you outside? In Banks.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Let me see.
Yeah, but yeah, this weekend we got Bam Rodriguez and we got Estrada, who's an older fighter, came in at 2008. You know what I'm saying? And he done fought Gonzalez. You know what I'm saying? He fought Renaissance. You know what I'm saying? Renaissance, who was knocking out everybody down there. You know what I'm saying? I think it was 115, 118, 118. Renaissance. Oh, no, it was 115 when Renaissance made his run. And you know, so that's when what's his name? Cruz, I think was fight. I can't these Spanish names fucking me up. But you know, they all fought each other though. You know what I'm saying? Gonzalez, you know what I'm saying, was the man at one point in time. Now, Bam is the man that's going down there. You know, Inoue done came through there and wrecked up everything and moved up and moved on. But you got Bam Rodriguez versus Juan Estrada going on this weekend. And that's gonna be a good fight, y'all. Believe it or not. I know a lot of people ain't into the tic tac fighting style, but man, it's a lot of history there. Them guys going back and forth, and there's a lot of championship history right there. So it's going to be a good fight with him and Bam going at it. You know what I'm saying? Because Bam, he gets hit and he takes a punch, he stays in the pocket, and you of course you know how they throw them blows down there. It's going to be at least 1,000 punches around. So I'm gonna see if I can get on that fight and check that out. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, they won't be sending my ass back around the world. You know what I'm saying? You know, we'll be live on that shit because that's gonna be a damn good fight, believe it or not. Now, I think it might be on that fucking Teofimo Lopez card, which I don't really want to see because I think Teofimo Lopez is an inconsistent fighter. I think he's a good fighter, and I think he could be great, but he's so inconsistent. You know what I'm saying? The fights that you think he's gonna lose, he come out there and look great. And the fight that you know you think he could just destroy people, they goes out there and look terrible. You know what I'm saying? So he's got to get his shit together. And you know, despite what I think of him outside the ring, his personality, you know, sucks and shit. Him trying to be a wannabe star. You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead and fight. You know, the Matias. Go ahead and fight the. I think he could beat Matias. Actually, I think now that the mystique has been busted, I think he could beat Matias. Who else is up there? Oh, Cruz. You know what I'm saying? Fight Cruz. You know what I'm saying? Fight some of the other champions. Unify. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to hold yourself above the pack. And that's my problem with Teofimo Lopez is that he always holding himself above everybody. You know what I'm saying? Without actually doing the work. You know what I'm saying? Don't just fight. You know, he never gave Lomachenko a rematch. You know, I know Devin didn't give him a rematch, but it was, and probably because of the same reason, because he probably couldn't make the 135 limit anymore. But still, I think even if he could make 135, he wouldn't have fought Lomachenko. He's so fucking scared of getting upstaged by the fighters he's already fought, and that's the kind of mentality I hate in these fighters. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to prove that they're the best. They just want to get by, you know what I'm saying, in one fight and move on. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to go back and make sure that yeah, I'm better than you, bro. No, it's just that one night you beat that dude. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's a decision, like in the Lomachenko fight. It was a damn decision, right? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like you went in there and knocked that man down or you knocked him out or anything like that. So I think in close fights, I think they should run it back. You know what I'm saying? If you want to separate yourself and be thought of as a dominant champion and the man, if you want to be him, go back and fight. Go back and fight that dude, just like Floyd Mayweather did. I think he set the tone on that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, they just want a fighter to fight one time and that be that. There's fighters back in past that fought each other 2 and 3, 4 times. Manny Pacquiao did it with Juan Marquez, right? You know what I'm saying? We want to see, are you better than this motherfucker? Not that you could beat him one time and the dude wasn't feeling well or he didn't make weight, right? We want to see you go in there and separate yourself. And that's what Floyd was all about. That was all the great, great fighters, the real fighters. That's what they were all about. Going in there and separating themselves. I'm better than you, bro. I'm the best at this division. These guys don't give a damn about that. All they care about is getting the money, getting paid, and getting the hell up out of there. You know what I'm saying? So boxing is changing. You know what I'm saying? It's not about the legacy no more. The shit is just about making money and moving on. And so, you know, that's why we're looking at Teofimo Lopez trying to get that Tank fight. You know what I'm saying? At one point, this shit is gonna go bad for him, just like the George Kambosos fight. That shit went bad for him. You know what I'm saying? I think a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis will go bad for him. You know what I'm saying? Thinking he can get up in there and bully this man. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Tank get in there and knock the fuck out of him, and it's gonna be it.
No,
It's gonna be a wrap.
That Sander Martin fight.
Oh yeah,
T.O. and Sander Martin. Do I still got it?
well, the problem is he couldn't motivate himself. See, he's one of them fighters that fight up to the competition. You know, like a Vander Holyfield. You know how Holyfield could look like trash fighting some dude, and then he'll go against Tyson and look his best. That's Teofimo Lopez all day. He care about the stardom of the shit. You know, he get motivated by how big the fight is. And that's what I see in him. Because if it's just a little name and shit, he go in there look like trash. Or he's gonna fight somebody who. Go ahead.
I think Tank should fight Loma, then T.O., and then Shakur, and then whoever's more worthy at the time out of Eastside Cruz, and if Devin can bounce back. So I think Tank should just line them up like that: Loma, T.O., Shakur, and then either Eastside or Devin.
Now, you know, we're talking about the fucking Dev shit, man. That shit there is, woo, man.
Ain't no telling how he gonna come back, man.
He talking about staying away from the sports for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? In 2 years, you know, and he's I think the WBC just made him a champion in recess, right? Put him in champion recess. By that time, Shakur Stevenson gonna be at 140. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what Dev's gonna be body wise because I don't, you know, 147 is pretty weak right now. But when he comes back, shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like, who is he gonna fight? I mean, who is he gonna fight? I mean, shit. I mean, all the guys. I mean, 2 years, bro. We talking about 2 years. That's a lifetime in boxing. Who's gonna be at 140? Where he's gonna be fight? He can't fight at 154. He can't fight at. I mean, 147. He might be able to fight there, but he's gonna have to be like a Marius Boreals, maybe a Marius Boreals if he hasn't moved up. Shit. I mean, I don't know if he's just stalling or he's just waiting for a big deal. I don't know why he let them put him in recess, bro. It's just that was his only leverage at 140. You know what I'm saying? To be considered for any kind of big money. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and then they took away the win from Ryan Garcia and made him undefeated again. How do you guys feel about that?
I feel like, well, hold on. I want to hit so you're not a fan of Teofimo, huh, Plug? That's what I'm hearing.
Hell no, I always hated that bastard. But I think he's fighter though.
You see how quick? Now that's not fair, Pool, considering that outside of Devin, Teofimo got the second most decorated, you know, resume.
I don't give a damn, bro. I hate his personality, bro. I mean, I think he's a good fighter. Don't get me wrong, but I just hate his personality. You know what I'm saying? Fighting. You know what I'm saying? When he got out,
he be talking crazy. I mean, ain't that we need villains, right?
I just don't like the nigga. I mean, I just don't like the nigga. I don't like the way he moved when he had all the belts down there at 135. I hate how he tried to set himself apart. You know what I'm saying? And not get into the mix with everybody. He tried to put himself. He tried to keep a space between him and Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? Instead of fighting the man, and he just kept the belts and talking shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's something I hate, bro. I hate a nigga like that, especially when you know you're not going to get in the ring with him. He kept running away from Devin. I was like, bro, why are you running from Devin? You keep talking about he the email champion and shit, bro. Go fight that man. You know what I'm saying? It's like all the, you know what I'm saying, all this pussy punk ass, you know, childish insults. You know what I'm saying? Go fight that man, even if you beat him, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you lose to him, cool, but stop talking shit. And you know what I'm saying? So he just kind of struck me as one of them childish ass dudes. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot of ego, but he don't really want to prove shit. But then he goes out there and beat Josh Taylor. I'm saying, God damn. He beat Josh Taylor. You know, Josh Taylor ain't shit either. But, you know, because Josh Taylor ain't look like Josh Taylor since Regis. You know what I'm saying? Ever since
Yeah,
he beat, and I think
T.O. boogied on Josh Taylor. So yeah, and how you say
sure did.
how he
I
live up
mean,
to the fights. I think if he do fight Tank, he got a decent chance because he got popped too. So
not
it's like,
only that,
just get in there,
T.O.
That's
fought
what I'm saying.
T.O. beat on Loma first outside of when he lost to
Yeah.
the dude. T.O. beat him first, you know what I'm saying? And he beat him when everybody was calling him the big bad wolf, the boogeyman. Is he this? Is he better than Floyd? When people was talking crazy, T.O. came in there, took the dub, took the belt. So like I understand, I do get what you're saying. All of us see the thing about that pool, Devin, Teofimo, Shakur, they all and Judge Vontae to a degree, they all do this little weirdo shit of talking shit, not gonna fight, discrediting, oh, you a paper chip. They all do that weird ass shit of just disrespecting each other but not wanting to fight. You know what I'm saying? They the only one, it was funny, the only person that's tried to fight everybody is roided up Ryan. And he do the most.
Yeah.
You know,
It's just so outrageous now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, Ryan did get into the ring with Dev, after talking on, I mean, and he did cheat and all that stuff, but he did get into the ring with the man.
and he got to the ring with Tank. That's an early fight. I know De La Hoya and them was like, oh no, we don't want that fight this early. I know they wanted to rack that fight up, and he's like, no, I want to fight the nigga. Not granted, he lost, but you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where he's the only one that's wanted to really go after. Everybody else has been, oh yeah, you the paper champ. Oh yeah, I make more money than you. Oh yeah, we not even the same weight class. Oh yeah, that's my little nigga. I used to beat on that nigga in amateurs. That's what they all been doing.
Yeah, but Teofimo Lopez been doing. He did this shit first. He was like, because he had the notoriety. Because when he beat my problem was when he beat Lomachenko, his head got so inflated. He lived off that victory for so long. You know, what I'm saying, that he beat Lomachenko. He lived off that shit like it was like Lomachenko was Muhammad Ali or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And
That's
it was
how
just kind of.
ESPN was making it, man. That I
But,
remember.
but look, but look, do you remember when he took his belts to Canelo fight?
Yeah, I remember that.
You remember that? You remember that? Canelo was looking at this nigga like, what the hell are you doing? It's like, this is my fight, dog.
What you should
This
have
nigga
been
brought.
doing, trying to unite divisions, but your ass be too busy running and fighting us. So
So he goes to Canelo fight and bring all his belts out and shit. Had people holding his belts like he had just fought or something. I was like, something wrong with this motherfucker here.
hey man, see, Poole, I ain't gonna lie. You had to you remember how everybody this is what I get to Teofimo. He said this 4 fights before he fought Lomachenko. I'm gonna beat Lomachenko. Everybody's like, oh, you're crazy. You doing a lot. He got all his fights. He knocked out Richard Como. We didn't expect that. Or what's the little African boxer dude? No disrespect. What's his name? That was Comey, right?
Yeah.
Richard.
But Kobe wasn't shit. He beat Lomachenko, but he lost to George Kambosos.
He did, but hey, he beat the big bad wolf, man. That's like Kambosos. I don't know what that's about, man.
But my thing is, KL, is that you can always beat somebody on a given night, right?
Okay.
Why not run it back? Run it back. You know what I'm saying? You can always beat, because George Kambosos, he beat Lomachenko. George Kambosos beat him. Lomachenko beat George Kambosos. Okay? Devin beat George Kambosos twice.
True.
Right? And he beat Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you think he won that Lomachenko fight? I know.
Yeah. I mean, I thought he clearly beat him. All them body shots, he was tearing Lomachenko ass up. Lomachenko fought in spurts, and people wanted Dev to lose so bad. Is that, you know what I'm saying? They kept giving those. He didn't even connect on a lot of those shots when they played it back in slow motion. But people kept giving Lomachenko like he was dominating. I was like, bro, if they don't stop this shit, bro. I mean, my man was killing him with the body shots. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't get it, man. It's like they just don't like Dev ass. You know what I'm saying? It's like Dev ain't never gonna be a top superstar, man. It's just like they just don't like his ass, bro. You know what I'm saying?
mean,
it's like don't matter.
Like what you were saying about Dev, right? Like, how do I feel about how he's going about it? I mean,
no, I mean, come on now. Now think about it. Let's set it up. Okay, this man went in there, got Falumaloon by
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Garcia. It comes out that this man was using some shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he want to go with, hey, I want that stricken off my record because this man came in here. Now, nobody in history, this has had not happened. They have not done this for anybody in history that I know of, except for
Uh-huh.
maybe Lomachenko when they tried to erase his fucking loss.
Uh-huh.
But they've never done this. But I can understand it. I understand the logic of it. You know what I'm saying? This man cheated this dude to win a fight. So what's wrong with making him undefeated? What's wrong with it? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's unprecedented in boxing history for this to happen. But you know what I'm saying? I understand it. This man cheated to fucking beat you. Not only did he come in over fucking weight, shit, he didn't even try to make weight because he knew what he was doing. So you know
I
when you
think
see this
I
kind of
think the Haney's gonna do, and I'm so I think the Haney's are gonna do whatever they can to get the most out of the situation. Is it fair for him to do that? Yeah, I mean, old dude got caught cheating, so that's how you want to go about it. Can't nobody tell you what to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? That you're gonna do what's better in your best interest. I think in the
right.
long run, I don't know if this is the best thing for them to do. Bill, I'm gonna just say it, man. Bill and Devin Haney don't know how to deal with their public perception too well. Like there's already a hate against them just because Devin Haney ain't he not from the hood, and his dad raised him, and they got a good relationship. We know how people feel about that, and Bill don't do him no favors because Bill don't know how to just take it on the chin. He felt like he got to get back at everybody, and that's what they do in boxing, right? If you ain't gonna talk, then your father or somebody else around needs to bring some controversy. But that comes with its positives and its negatives. At this point, I would think they would deal with things a little bit differently. But a dog ain't gonna change. A horse ain't gonna change. Is what is it? They say a tiger ain't gonna change his stripes no time soon. So whatever they want to do or go about it, hey, they have their right to do it. Oh, dude got caught cheating. I think though for Devin's psyche and for future fights and the opponents and everything, I don't think they're going about it thinking about that, which matters more in the long run because unless you're going to stop fighting, your enemies and everybody, they watch. Everybody watching and they looking for certain little things and you giving it to them. But that's just me. I could be wrong.
Well, I think the problem is that I think, and see, I'm one of these people. I think he should refight Ryan Garcia. But I think what people are looking at with Ryan Garcia, there's no remorse, and that he has a I don't give a damn attitude about the rules. So they think he'll do it again because if you take something, if you take a bad substance to empower yourself to beat somebody, that means you have no confidence that you can beat that guy naturally. So you would never face that guy naturally, even though he fought Tank naturally and he lost badly. He was humiliated. He quit against Tank, right? So he didn't want to lose another big fight like that because he knew he would. He think in his mind, I believe Ryan thinking he would have been done in boxing, right? He didn't want to. He didn't want a humiliating loss against somebody who said he's a C fighter. So he wanted to upstage David. I mean, that Devin. He wanted to upstage Devin and embarrass him, and he got that done. So that shows you his character. His character shows you that he'll do anything by any means necessary not to be humiliated. So I think Devin is thinking that they don't want to rematch somebody like that,
I
somebody
mean,
who's willing to do anything to win.
the thing with that though, Paul, is look, the Devon's never got caught with anything, right? But Devin has, I'm not gonna say a sketchy history, but he has some interesting things considering his connection with Victor Conti, right? Now, that is what it is. He's never got caught cheating. So if it's not in the paperwork, we can't say it. But the whole thing with Devin and Ryan is look, if you really feel like the nigga cheated, do the type of testing that Floyd do for this fight and fight the nigga again. Cause I'm one of those people. I don't think the shit helped you. I think your ass got knocked out because you couldn't dodge no left hook. You ran straight into the motherfucker the first round, and you knew he was gonna do that. Hell, that's what Gervonta Tank Davis said. All you got is the left hook. You're gonna do the left hook. Everybody know you're gonna do the left hook. You fell for the left hook. So if you really feel that way, rematch him. Do some Vada stuff. Do some heavy. Olympic drug testing and leave it at that.
I mean, I say the same thing, but we don't know the full psychological effect that this has had on Devin because Devin's trajectory was that of a golden child, right? He was the
Right, we
golden one.
don't.
He was the
But
mate.
you and Bill
He was
ain't
the
acting
mate.
like that. Y'all acting like y'all want to max out. We gonna get the money. Oh, this is we can settle it. We can settle it. Ryan got on there. Was like, oh, this stinks. Devin was like, well, we can settle it by a payoff. You niggas acting like y'all just, you act the way they acting about it. It's not about the lawsuit and the stuff they doing. The way that Bill and Devin are acting, it's like, okay, it's business as usual. Y'all gonna see how y'all can benefit off of it finesse. So if that's the case, then it's like on both sides, it's kind of gone left. With Ryan, you right. Ryan
I
does.
don't understand that. That don't seem to equate with what I'm saying. That don't seem to correlate, bro. I mean, you can't control the way you can't control the way somebody's going to react to you cheating. You know what I'm saying? You can't control the way you can't control the way you can't put parameters and you can't put guidelines on the way somebody like you don't know if somebody's going to sue you. You don't know if somebody's going to come back at you in the streets. You can't control that. You know what I'm saying? It's
No,
like,
I'm not talking about Ryan controller. I'm saying more for Devin. I'm talking about the way that the Haneys are responding to it. It's like, okay, if you feel like the man cheated, which he did, y'all called it out, it's been exposed, you want to sue him, that's cool. But then when he gets on there and says, oh, this stinks, and you're gonna, we can settle it out of there, then it just comes across like y'all trying to milk the shit out the situation, as opposed to, okay, you feel like you justice. It's not about the money. We want everything to be done. We don't want this to happen to another boxer because that's how it comes across at first. Like, oh man, this is a travesty. Da da da. Now, granted, you can do what you want to do, but at the end of the day, I think we all feel like, at the end of the day, you might have to run it back with him.
well, I think he already said he was interested in the rematch, and I think he's going through a wave of emotions because he's embarrassed. You know what I'm saying, by the ass whipping he took. If you ever been in a fight and stuff, and if you ever got stomped before, you know what I'm saying, and you want to fight again, but you don't want to get stomped again. You know what I'm saying? You want to fight again, but so you're going through an emotional roller coaster. You know what I'm saying? So, you're thinking that, okay, if I get back into this fight and this man do the same shit again, you know what I'm saying, and it's going to be the same results. You're going to go out there, you got to face the same thing that you faced in the first fight. He knocking you around the fucking ring, right? You know what I'm saying? In the second fight, it's going to be the same thing. All that's going to be in the back of his mind. So he's already came back and said that he's willing to get back in the ring. I don't know how true it is that he's willing to do it, but of course, this man, I mean, Dev took a vicious ass whipping, bro. This wasn't like no normal ass whipping. He took a vicious ass whipping. And that's why it's so egregious. That's why this shit is so egregious, bro. Because he didn't take a normal ass. He had broken jaw. I mean, he got knocked down 4 or 5 times and shit. Shit was fucked up. So when you take a beating like that in front of folk, it's like, yeah, they kind of want Ryan to suffer. They want to get everything out of that motherfucker because Ryan, not only did he beat Dev, he went around bragging about how he beat his ass. He went around, talking about how he beat his ass and going around doing interviews. So he kind of standing on Dev with this bullshit. So they feeling some kind of way about the shit. So he's already had to pay something like $20,000 to the New York State Athletic Commission. You know what I'm saying? He's having to pay all kind of money. You know what I'm saying? This shit is costing Ryan a lot of money, man. All this flexing and what if there was a PED league? What if they allow fighters? All this bullshit that he was talking, all this crazy shit. So he's doing a lot of stunting out there. You know what I'm saying? So he's not sorry about what he did. Kind of like Margarito when he beat Cotto. Cotto. He said so. He said, once they caught him with the raps, he said so what? So there's no remorse there. You know what I'm saying? So they don't want to fight him because this dude don't care about cheating. You know what I'm saying? They're afraid that he might go out there and get Faluma again. He might go out there and use some shit, you know what I'm saying, and come back, with the same results. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that. I want him to fight again, but I understand why, they might be hesitant not to do it against somebody with the moral values of Ryan Garcia. he's a wild card. You know, he don't care about the rules. So why wouldn't he break them again? You know what I'm saying? They really don't want to punish Ryan. They want Ryan to be the next Canelo Alvarez. They want him to be, they like his personality. You know, you can see where they love Ryan. He's marketable. You know what I'm saying? He's got the look or whatever to sell tickets and stuff like that. So, you know, he got the back end of the system, and Devin don't. You know what I'm saying? Because Devin is an independent. He's an independent contractor. You know what I'm saying? And he's trying to make his money on his own. You know what I'm saying? He's not trying to share money with promoters and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to do it himself. So, you know, Devin is the underdog when it comes to the system of boxing. You know, they're not going to back him like that. They're going to back the Ryan Garcias, people who putting on shows, people who they want to look pretty in front of everybody. So, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's going to be interesting to see what it looked like, because that's just about right. If Devin stays out for a year, Ryan stays out for a year, he's suspended for a year, fake retirement, but he's supposed to be getting VADA testing, you know what I'm saying, year round. But if he retires, he don't have to do that. So he's right there. You see what kind of sneaky ass dude he is, you know. He's already strategic with this whole thing, you know. So, you know, he's already thinking ahead. Somebody is advising Ryan Garcia. I don't know, you know, so somebody is really giving him some advice, you know. But I did want to show y'all a video of Tim Bradley, you know what I'm saying? He's talking about, you know what I'm saying, Tank and Shakur getting it in. I don't know if y'all seen that interview, but Tim Bradley been talking a lot of shit lately about Tank and Shakur, and I just wanted to share that video with you guys.
Call it. He ain't gonna be with Top Rank, whatever y'all want to say. You know, you hater this. Not. He don't need me to say what he needs to do. Shakur already knows what he needs to do. You know, he's seeing Tank shine. He's seeing Tank get that attention. But you know, his ultimate goal is to be the best at 135 pounds. That's his goal. So he gonna come in feeling some type of way. He gonna come in refocused, dedicated like always, and he gonna show y'all what he's made of on that night when he returns. Trust me, he will. You know, he has that in him, dog. He's different, cut from a different cloth, bro.
He's the one to beat. He's the one to beat Tank. You think?
Yeah, yeah. And call me a hate. I don't give a damn. Yeah, y'all keep coming at me. Keep bringing that hate. Keep bringing that hate, baby. I love it. Keep bringing it. Yes, he beats Tank. He outboxes him. Very easy. No problem whatsoever.
Tim, last one for me. Speaking of Tank, it seems like the ball is rolling, and we may finally get the Vasily Lomachenko-Gervonta Davis matchup. Just your thoughts on the fight and the fight specifically in 2024.
All right, you're gonna hear from the hater right now, okay? It's a great matchup. I wish that matchup could have happened maybe 4 or 5 years ago when, you know, Lomachenko was Lomachenko. However, I still think that the experienced Lomachenko, he has what it takes. He can defeat Tank. Now, he got to steer clear of getting caught with that big shot. If he does that, if he keeps his back off the ropes, all right, and he makes Tank pay when he's being inconsistent, you know, and just trying to come behind that high guard, he takes advantage of that by twisting on angles and staying low and getting out the hell of the way of the uppercut or anything that Tank brings. He has a chance of winning the fight. He has the gas tank, he has the knowledge, he has the experience, the championship pedigree. He's seen it all, even at his old age. And if he got one more fight left in him, one more good one left in him, it got to be on that night against Tank. And he can, because everybody's counting him out already. Just saying he too old, he did all that. Okay, all right, y'all say that. You can say that all you want now, but Tank still got to get in there and he still got to land that shot at the end of the damn day. And I haven't seen any of these killers or young guns be able to do that. I haven't. I mean, you had Lopez. He fought him when he was injured. Lopez got thumpers. He can punch, and he didn't catch him and hurt him, you know. So I know Tank got that special power, and he gonna have to land it against Loma. Will he land it? We gonna see. If he lands it, look, great, fantastic. He won the fight, but he still got to go in there and prove that he's top level. And I believe Tank is top level, bro. I really do. I do believe that he's an A-class fighter. But this will be the first time, maybe the second, because I think Pedraza was on the way up, and I think he was very young too when he fought him, 20-something years old, bro.
Maybe Cruz too.
Yeah. So, but I'm just saying, man, from me, and what I see and the accomplishments and so on and so forth, you know, you can pretend all you want that this dude is a 4-division world champion or 3-division, all that. No, he ain't. No, he ain't. He's two-time world champion. That's it.
So that was Tim Bradley, you know what I'm saying, talking about Shakur and Lomachenko fighting Tank. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. He contradicts himself too. Since you know, this shit is crazy, man. Like boxing is all over the damn place. You know, Devin, you know what I'm saying, being out. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be weird to see how all this, because now it makes the 140 division look different now with Matias being defeated. You know what I'm saying? It's like where the hell do we go from here? What kind of, we got to look at the other weight divisions now to get a really good matchup now that everything is starting to shake out the way it is. Teofimo Lopez, he fighting nobody. Um, you know, B Dog, he acting like he's slaying dragons and shit. You know what I'm saying? And we never seen a dude that he's fight before. You know what I'm saying? This weekend. It's like this shit is crazy, man. It's like, you know, I can get tired of the fake shit, man. It's like, when are these guys gonna get real? He said Devin deserves his old back if Ryan can so-called easy beat Devin, he should have been clean and fought him straight up. And that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna talk about a fighter, go ahead and fight that dude. You know, so stop getting on and on social media, you know, making all these little strange little slights. You know, go ahead and go in the ring. You know, say, well, I think Shakur did go in the ring one time to fight Dev at 135. You know what I'm saying? But they need to go ahead and get that on. You know, but Dev right now, he's damaged goods, and it's going to be interesting to see how he comes back from an ass whipping like that. Same with Errol Spence Jr. You know, we got to see what his mind. He's fighting a damn good fight in Fundora, and we got to see how these fighters react. You know what I'm saying? After they all been taken, and you know, they take a beating. You know what I'm saying? And what kind of mentality, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna have when they enter the ring against a good opponent, right? So Phoenix Six says he tried more than that. Said he tried to turn it into a win. Yeah, he did. And said, and that's bitch made. He said, run that shit back, and if you win, if you can. I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about the bitch made part, but I think he was just, I think that was push. I think that was going too far, trying to get a win. You know what I'm saying? That was a little bit over the top. You know what I'm saying? You know, don't try to get the win, bro. You got to earn that. You know what I'm saying? You can't just, you know what I'm saying, try to win by default and shit. That was kind of sucker. You know what I'm saying? I do agree with that. He said, yeah, Tim, just be kind. What's going on, Roman and Carolyn Jones? What's happening? What's going on, my brother? He says, Tim a hater. Tim is ever since that motherfucker, you know, went through that psychological breakdown after Pacquiao fans put him through the ringer. See, he wanted to be loved. See, he wanted to be loved by white people so damn much. You know what I'm saying? He thought they were gonna love him after they beat their god, their boxing god. He crazy as hell. And then he won on a technicality anyway. He won on some bullshit. So, you know, he really thought them people was gonna embrace him. He thought people, man, hell no. Now he's a hell of a warrior. I get that to Tim, you know, but he was fooling himself. He was fooling himself if he thought the people was gonna love him after they give him the win over Manny Pacquiao. That's some bullshit. So Warner got some good matches coming up in the division wide open. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But will these matchups be made though? You know what I'm saying? He said he know he ain't win for real. Nah, yeah, shit. I don't think he lost for real because dude cheated. You know what I'm saying? If he cheated, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why everybody's trying to give Ryan the win. If this man was busted, he was just suspended for 1 year by the New York State Athletic Commission. You know what I'm saying? And that was some bullshit too. 1 year. When you find people putting shit in their system and people don't flush their shit out with IVs and shit, you know, so you don't know what the fuck they was on. And you just found trace amounts of shit. You don't know, they could have been taking any motherfucking thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like he just got caught because he was cutting weight and shit. Because they starting to break this shit down now about how he got busted. You know, the shit was in his vat. You know what I'm saying? So all the little scientists are starting to come out about other shit that he probably had in the system too. He just flushed the shit out with IVs and stuff. So It's a lot of shit coming out about this. So he better stop talking shit before they really investigate his ass and find out everything this nigga was on. So, he's already paying money out the ass, saying to the state uh, commission and everything. And so, they also got a civil lawsuit against him. Oh, you talk about Tim? Oh yeah, Tim a hater for sure. Tim been a damn hater. You see Andre Ward ain't working with his ass no more. You know what I'm saying? I guess Andre Ward, he just couldn't have his reputation tied to Tim, you know what I'm saying? Because he be capping so damn much during fights, during the commentary, you know what I'm saying? He's like, you just get tired of hearing Tim with the bullshit. Because he got a hatred. He got a hatred against fans, boxing fans, because he knows that they don't really like the way he talk about boxing, even though he does know his shit. He does know his shit. He like to troll too much, and he never did fight. Where he fought some of the fights we want to see, but he didn't fight Errol Spence Jr. He got the fuck on. He got the fuck on up out of there when Earl wanted that fight, and I think Floyd was up to that. So Floyd was trying to put. I think he was behind that, trying to get Floyd on Tim, and Tim was like, "Nah, I'm gonna go and retire, bro. So I'm gonna step up on out of here." So, it just is what it is, man. What's going on, Master Khalid in the building? What's going on, my brother Two Cent in the building? You know what I'm saying? Ramen and Carolyn Jones in the building. What's happening? What happening? He says he be hating on PBC fight. Of course, he's top ranked. You know what I'm saying? Of course he be hating and shit. That nigga he's openly hate. So he calls himself a hater. So he try to embrace the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just the way that nigga gonna do, Because, he was so hated during his little run. So he was so hated. But yeah, man, I wouldn't mind seeing Tank versus Teofimo Lopez. I wouldn't mind seeing, as a matter of fact, that's a fight that I would prefer to see. Cause I think Tank is just that dude right now that's he's the face of boxing. He's the face of boxing, and he's taking over. And everybody want that fight now with Tank, because he's like the little midget. He's like Canelo ain't that tall either, but he's like a little mini Canelo at 135. So even though they said that the Frank Martin fight Tank, do you know the numbers on that, KL?
I don't. I heard they were okay. They weren't what people were projecting, because I seen people on YouTube not too long ago hating on it. But hold on.
But they say the stadium was packed. They said that shit, it wasn't an open seat up in that mug. You know what I'm saying? They said the shit was packed. Where I was listening to Champ Side, and Champ Side said he was there, and he said that the stadium was packed, bro. He said it wasn't nothing but rows and rows of people. He said, don't let people, don't tell you that this shit didn't sell. He said this shit sold. I was like, wow. So I don't know what to believe, because really I'm not like a numbers guy. You know what I'm saying? I just like when they come up, I'm interested, just to see what they did. But I don't, you know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm saying. From what I'm hearing, they saying 300,000 pay-per-view buys or something. That's what I'm hearing. Now this, last year I think Tank and Ryan did 1.2 million and everything. So that's a huge dip. But that's what I'm hearing. That's why I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, now I'm pretty sure they sold out, because we know Gervonta did first face to face. You know what I'm saying? Like, his tickets always sell out, but the pay-per-views I'm hearing wasn't that good. So that's why I'm just like, oh well, we'll see.
Well, this might be a little low. I want y'all to hear Shakur Stevenson pop his shit a little bit on what do you think?
I wanted to fight Lomachenko. What did he say? No. I wanted to fight Kambosos. What did he say? No. I wanted to fight Frank Martin. He fake signed up. Said no. I wanted to fight Pitbull Cruz. He said no. Like, I can go down the list, and there's more.
What makes you so confident about fighting Tank? Because a lot of people may say that you don't have the experience. And on your side, you can also say that people are scared to fight you. But a lot of people like to say that you haven't fought a lot of the top fighters.
But how can I not have the experience if I'm more accomplished than this dude? I'm a 3-weight world champion, and actually really a world champion. Tank had two belts his whole career, right? They was both the same belt. He had the WBA at 130 pounds. That's the only title he ever hold in his career. Then if you really look at it, his opponents don't even want to fight me. I got offered, they try to get Pitbull to fight me. He didn't want to fight me. The people that y'all saying, oh, this, that, and the third, these dudes don't want to fight me. It's a reason they don't want to fight me. And I don't respect it because it's like y'all could say, oh, I'm not experienced, or I didn't fight nobody. I'm not battle tested. I'm not this. But if everybody's saying no, if niggas is all lining up and they like, no, nigga, there's no way we could fight. There's no way that I could get in the ring with none of these dudes.
What was Lomachenko's excuse?
I don't know. Y'all got to ask these people. You got to sit down with them. But they are literally dudes that's offered to fight Shakur. Like, it's on their table. It's coming to their table, and they saying no. But you got to realize, too, I've been in the ring with a lot of these dudes. So I kind of, like, fucked over myself when I sparred these dudes and got in the ring, and they found out how good I am. Now it's like, shit, you're going to have to pay me a shitload of money to get Shakur in the ring. And I think that's why I fucked up at, truthfully.
I
tell you, that boy know he can run his damn mouth for sure, bro. I mean, like Tusa said, he's annoying as hell, man. He is annoying, bro. He said, what you said, congratulations, you undefeated in the gym. That's what Floyd, that's some shit, that's Floyd shit. Talking about, yeah, you could be undefeated in the gym, but when you get under the lights, you know what I'm saying, I'm winning. You know what I'm saying? I'm the guy that's coming out on top. You know what I'm saying? And we know.
I was gonna say, so yeah, it's cool. So, you know, what do you think about, you know, Shakur saying everybody ducking him?
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. What? A bullshit. A bullshit.
I think it's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, one reason why a lot of fighters don't want to fight Shakur, just because they don't want it. It ain't the fear of Shakur. It's his fighting style. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to fight somebody that you got to chase down. That's just point blank. You know what I'm saying? That's just point blank, period, boy. Somebody who's not going to engage in the pocket, somebody who's fast with their feet. Nobody wants to lose in a boxing, a little boxing match. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, Pitbull Cruz, you know, he turned him down. You know, Pitbull Cruz is a fighter who's going to take all the risks. You know what I'm saying? And Shakur is just going to be stepping aside, check hooking him, you know what I'm saying, to a win. You know what I'm saying? And he already know how that fight's going to go. Just like Tank said, y'all all know how this fight is going to go. Y'all know how this fight going to go. He's going to have to chase Shakur down. Nobody wants to fight that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I hate to put it that way, but that's just what it is. But he keep acting like people are afraid of his skills. Nobody ain't afraid of your skills, my friend. It's just that they know you're not going to engage in a fight. They just know you're not going to engage. You know, you're gonna jump around. Say what now?
I'm saying, hey man, Shakur, he popped that stuff. He say that all the time, man. He got the proof in the pudding, man. People ducking, man. We gonna roll with the young man said. He said it was such vigor, man. And don't nobody want the smokes. Pull that what he's saying, man. No, everybody ducking.
I mean, I hear what he's saying, but they ducking him for a reason. You know what I'm saying? They don't like that. They don't like that style. Now here's a point of thought that here's a guy that I came across on TikTok, and I thought he had an interesting point. I want y'all to hear it and tell me what you think about it.
So everybody's been going crazy about Shakur versus Tank. Let me tell y'all, bro. I really don't think people understand just the whole concept with Tank. Like, Buddy is a knockout artist. Clearly, one more time, he's a knockout artist. Did you just see what he did to Frank? We saw Shakur just fight recently. And I'm not going to lie, he seems like he doesn't like contact, really. Like, he's one of those. I hate those type of boxers that's boxing for points. Like, it ain't nothing wrong with it. To the end of the day, that's the game. You got to try to win, right? But I hate those ones that tap, like that's trying to fight for points. They don't want to get, they don't want to throw no haymakers and just kind of take that risk. Tank's go take that risk. And one thing I learned about Tank is that he's gonna let you tire yourself the fuck out. Tank can take a hit. That's the thing with him. I learned that, as I'm watching him over and over, with his fights, he can take a hit. A lot of these boxers are weak. Their legs are weak. So when they get hit, they buckle. Tank can take a hit. He can push through. And he's definitely going to counter a lot of your shit. And he's going to wrap it up and cement it with the haymaker. I just seriously, after seeing some of his highlights, I don't think he's ready for Tank. I genuinely don't. Frank, I'm not going to lie. He was playing scared. Like, he was kind of pushing Tank back, playing with the ropes and shit. I don't think he's genuinely ready for Tank, bro. I think this can end bad. Like, seriously, because you're talking on social media, just building up this hype, and a lot of people saying, that Shakur can't find a fight. That's why Tank, at the end of the day, this is just business for real. Like, Tank is the money maker. He's the face right now. So if you fight with him, you're going to get a lot of shit from that. Clout, you're going to get some experience, some shit to know, like, hey, man, I fought Tank. I know how to kind of rock and roll. People going to look at you a little different because you got in the ring with a beast. So it's like, at the end of the day, Shakur, do you want the experience or do you want the fight? Because I'm not going to lie. I feel like out of all the people that Tank fought, he's going to take it to him. Because he's definitely going to take it to him. I'm putting money on it for sure. He's walking dude down 100%. Because after every fight, he keep calling Tank out. And, I feel like eventually Tank will be like, all right, you know what? I'm going to give you a fight. Come on. And he just gonna get it over with quick just to making it. Because sometimes people got to be made as an example, bro. Like, you got to make an example out of a motherfucker. And I think Shakur is going to be that example. And I feel like, I really do feel like Tank is going to just start knocking motherfuckers out one by one. Because people say he don't fight big names. I'm thinking that he's going to just start knocking people down one by one. I could be wrong, but the way he did Frank, boy, like he had a chip on his shoulder, boy. That was electrocution with that punch.
What do you think? I mean, I think he's right. I think he's right. I think, so a lot of people are putting too much, because, a lot of these fighters like Shakur and they're unproven, man. They still got a lot to prove, Shakur, he talks a lot of shit, but he don't fight the way he talks. And that's my problem with him. Him and Teofimo Lopez, they don't fight the way they talk. They don't go after the dudes that, well, Shakur does, but Teofimo Lopez don't. They don't really go after, he don't really go after the big guys, that can really fight. And there's just too much yapping right now, I want to see them actually get out there and challenge some dangerous dudes, and overcome, go out there and have some great performances and then come back, talk about the Tanks and the big guys, that's at the different divisions, It's like, get in the ring, stop fighting, make a belief. I mean, it took to Frank Martin to really get me to be a believer, behind Tank, because I want to see him against somebody I thought that was that could beat him. And it's just kind of messed up that we're not getting that right now. It's like we're not getting that right now. We got to see Shakur, go out there and get in the ring with somebody big. But he's gonna have to change his fighting style. We need a little bit more offense, a little bit more sitting into the pocket, a little bit more engagement. Then he can start talking like that. Stop talking like you're a goddamn a Mike Tyson type motherfucker, and people are just scared of you. People are not scared of you. They just don't like your boring ass style, bro. He says Shakur has no business ever getting in there with that. Shit, he at 135. He's got the what, WBC belt. Of course he need to get in there.
Hey,
Shit,
Shakur,
they need to unify.
He a 3-weight champion, man. Hey, we saying this, but Shakur very confident. Niggas ducking, man. Niggas ducking. They fight everybody else, but they won't fight him. That's what he said, man. He said, that's what he said. I mean, we all look. Tank is the equalizer. Everybody, if you have to, you're gonna have to fight Tank. That's cool, but you shouldn't be calling Tank out like oh, I got the secret, I got the formula. No, you don't. That's not. You should be okay. If you had to fight him, you fight him. Shakur, obviously feel like, the young man feels like, he's a Floyd Mayweather of this thing. That's what he's telling us. That's what he's telling us, Pooh. That's how he's feeling, man.
Yeah, I
He said,
mean, but shit, you could talk a lot of shit, but at the same time, but you got to do something first. You know what I'm saying? You got to do something first. Oh, I got one more video that I want to show you guys about goddamn what Bill had to say. This was right before Ryan got his ass suspended, y'all. So let me play
Don't
this.
surprise me that Ryan Garcia is talking about that he's retired and he's not going to stand up for his fate in 48 hours. Everybody's been protecting him. We know these couple channels, Ego and Showbiz. You seem to celebrate guys on drugs in the ring, but you're running out of time. In 48 hours, your boy, Ryan Garcia, will be suspended. And you networks, promoters, and everybody that's been trying to protect him, you're going to go down with this. Mark my words. Listen, this.
The denial.
I mean, of course. I mean, whoever got caught doping and admitted. Mm-hmm. I think it would have been the first in history. So,
how would you describe what you felt in the ring? Was there anything unusual that you sensed?
I mean, I can't really say that. I knew that it was a tough fight, obviously. I'm a special kind of fighter, so I never fought, and a guy has been that much better than me. I never been overmatched like that, and I've been in there with the best fighters in the world. So, I felt like something was up, but I didn't want to make any excuses or be that guy. At the end of the day. So I put it in Allah's hands, and I said, you know what? He was a better man. He was a better man that night, and I'll go back to the drawing board and figure out, what's next. But it definitely had me questioning, a lot of things. My preparation, my trainers, my team, myself. But that's what a loss will do to you in general.
Now that the allegations are there, and again, we'll need a B sample to prove it conclusively, but how confident are you that things would have gone different if, in fact, he was doping?
I mean, I can sit here and say how things would have went different, but it's a reality. When I want to be on an even playing field, no matter if a guy's better than me or not.
Right.
It's only fair that when we step in that ring, we're equal. And especially, boxing is a brutal sport. We put our lives on the line. I could have, lost my life in that ring. And that's just reality. But I also could have took his life. He could have took my life. That's just that we run that risk when we step in the ring. I understand that. But when a guy is taking in performance enhancement drugs, it's just it's dangerous. It's dangerous for the guys in the ring.
You know how boxing.
So, why are you laughing, man? Why are you laughing, man? This is not a laughing matter.
I'm laughing because he basically got up there and said, "Man, did you feel like because he whooped your ass so bad that something was wrong, and he trying to Harlem shake up out of this shit? And that shit's hilarious."
I don't think he's trying to. I don't think he's trying to Harlem shake his ass up out of that. I just think it is what it is. He just knew that Ryan, because come on now. I'm not saying Ryan didn't have skills, but Ryan wasn't working on his craft, right? He was
most definitely wasn't. Most definitely wasn't.
Like 2 Cents say, he was always on their level at some point, but they left him behind. But what Ryan did was, he used his shit to help give him a boost, an advantage. He was already a talented dude. Nobody is taking that away from him. And Devin, when other boxers like Crawford, people who dedicated look at other fighters that are not dedicated. They look at you like you're a lower level fighter because you're not dedicated. Your head isn't in the game. You know what I'm saying? You haven't like really committed yourself to the sport. That's why Devin called them a C-level fighter. And Ryan took that to heart. You know what I'm saying? Because he was a C-level fighter. You know what I'm saying? You remember what Ryan was like. People acting like they don't know what the fuck Devin was talking about. Because we all saw Ryan. He was a fuck up. Even Canelo, you know what I'm saying, looked at him and said he was lazy. He was sorry and shit. You know what I'm saying? So come on now. It's like don't put all this shit on Devin. We all seen what Ryan, how he was moving. You know what I'm saying? But then when he got with Derek James, we thought he had changed. We thought
I
he had
mean,
to
so,
revamp.
even with that, Pool, I mean, look, the steroids and all the look, I don't know if it's the steroids, but whatever it is, he's cheating. But we don't. It hasn't come out that for this fight he wasn't doing no training. Like Derek James ain't finna pick nobody up if he ain't finna put no work in. So it ain't like he put. Like, and again, I'm not exonerating him for the things he's done. He cheated. He got caught cheating. Whatever happens, happens. I just think the thing with Devin is you can kind of see he's like, yeah, I've been in there with the best fighters ever. I've never been outclassed. Da, da, da. It's like, yeah, but the thing about it is there's two things with this. The dude cheated and he got off you. But the second thing is you came in underestimating your opponent, and you never do that. Not only do you underestimate their skills, you don't underestimate what a person will do to win as well.
Well, maybe calling him a C-level fighter is going too far, but definitely a B-level. When you don't commit,
I'm in this career. I'm gonna do all this shit. Not that he deserved it. I'm just saying we all, people are forgetting that the build up to this fight was very, 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 very toxic on both sides, right? It was like, yeah, boxers get into each other's face, they talk trash, your mama this, you that, but they was both on both sides, they was coming for blood. So it was one of those situations like, okay, we found out he was cheating. We understand, Devin, that shit was wrong, how it is. But then when I see you dancing and I see Bill trying to act like he a super villain slumlord, I'm just like, you can, and like you said, he took an ass whooping with his ass up, face down. So we don't know how it affected him. We don't know what it is.
About the Wassa legendary Bruce Leroy catching bullets with his teeth. Catching bullets with his teeth. Nigga, please.
Right. So this is his way of trying to.
I've been waiting a long time for this.
I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's just like I don't know why Ryan is getting so much grace. You know what I'm saying? After all this shit that he's done. You know what I'm saying? It's like I just don't understand why he's getting so much grace. You know what I'm saying? And then he only get a one.
I think I know why, Pool. It's because don't nobody take. This is the thing about it. Don't nobody take Ryan serious. So with they say in the Bible that once you damage your reputation, it's kind of like people just like it is with him. Like the dudes that like Ryan, of course, the Mexicans and the boxing fan casuals and the people that don't like the black boxers, we know that. But for the most part, it's not that he get no grace. It's like we don't expect much. It's like it's like, okay, he came in the fight, he knocked old dude out, he did stories. It's kind of like, it's to be expected. He been all over the place. He talked about the Illuminati today. So next day, he talking about Drake killing XXX. We don't really expect much for Ryan. So it works in his favor because it's just like, whatever. Like, it just seemed like a clown minstrel show. And unfortunately, Devin got involved, and now it's like, damn, well, you got to deal with it. Like,
I don't think he's mentally ill, Two Cent. I just think he a goofy ass nigga. I just think he goofy as hell. You know what I'm saying? And it's just some motherfuckers are goofy. And he's a goofy ass motherfucker. He be trying to cover up how goofy he is. He be trying to talk black. He be trying to, adopt that. He's a culture vulture. And see, but there's no substance to it. And he's been around black people for so long, you know what I'm saying? But he's just a goofy ass dude, you know what I'm saying? I just think that's what it is. He don't know where to go from here, so he keep doing all these outrageous things. I think he's a attention whore, and he tries to stay relevant, you know what I'm saying? But he do all this goofy shit and say all these terrible things, you know what I'm saying, to stay on, stay in the algorithm. I don't think it's nothing wrong with Ryan. I think Ryan be playing y'all to try to make, saying just to act like crazy. Because people like let's keep it real. Just like Blair Carr, people like clowns and fools and people like that. They grab your attention. You don't pay attention to the dude who's just chilling. You know what I'm saying? The dude that's just got his back up against the wall, staying at the nightclub. No, that dude that they're doing the hammer, that motherfucker out there doing the hammer, and that motherfucker out there doing the steps and shit. That's the dude everybody follow, so he gets the attention. So he understands that, so the more chaos he creates, the more stir that he creates, the more outrageous shit he says, and then of course, he does have a lot of personal problems with his mother having cancer. I mean, I don't know if she had it for years or whatever, but he's got a lot of. Cause he just destroyed a Beverly Hill hotel. And I think he did that shit just to get attention. Cause he's always doing shit to get people attention, even if it's negative. They say any publicity is good publicity. You know what I'm saying? Negative or bad on social media. Long as you cause a stir, you know what I'm saying? People are gonna get clicks and views. People get addicted to that shit. That nigga ain't a crack addict. He's a goddamn attention addict. You know what I'm saying? That nigga need a jolt of attention. So, he's always gonna, like, I think he put something on there with some memes or something against Dev with P. Diddy. He keep talking about P. Diddy and Devin. So, he keep making all these little innuendos and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So
Devin was at the party with no shirt off next to Diddy at the pool. We ain't gonna throw it. He was at the party.
I don't give a damn if he is gay, goddammit. I mean, it's like what that got to do with boxing. You know what I'm saying? It's like shit. If he want to go to P. Diddy and get the Meek Mills treatment, that's him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if that's what he want to do, goddammit, I don't give a damn. Long as he get in the ring and fight who I want to see him fight, shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't care about that shit. It's like that. This is the shit that I hate about today's boxing. You know what I'm saying? It's just that people they try to go overboard with the slander. You know what I'm saying? They try to go overboard with shit. It's like, bro, real boxing fans don't give a fuck about that. It's like, come on now. It's like, what are we doing? It's like, so he gonna bring all that shit in just to he think everything makes him look good. No, it makes you look like a bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's what it makes you look like. You know what I'm saying? It's like all these dudes, they think they could drag all these little extra, things from the outside world into boxing. No, bro, get in the ring. You know what I'm saying? No, you got busted cheating, bro, and you making all this noise, you know what I'm saying, about everything else, about, like you said, the Illuminati, about, he's a Christian, all this shit playing upon people's sensibilities. People take that shit seriously. It's a lot of things you don't bring in to, a conversation, politics, saying religion, certain things that people take seriously. This is an entertainment. This is a form of entertainment. Now, we passionate about this shit, but one thing about it, you don't play around with that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they just trying to take a Christian down. A good man, nigga, you telling people to eat dick and all kind of shit. Like, get your ass up out of here. You know what I'm saying? With all that fake ass shit. Talk about he's screwing people mama. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he mentally ill. I just think he a goofy ass dude. He don't want nobody to get the upper, he argue like a chick. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna keep talking shit, you know what I'm saying, just like a chick, you know what I'm saying? Somebody want to hit his ass in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's illegal to do it in boxing. He says Devin fans keep calling Tank gay. What? Who? Oh, you talking about when he did that little video of him? I didn't think nothing of it. I just thought he was just being.
I also seen the video of Tank getting lifted up by P. Diddy from a hug. Like, really?
That was didn't Mayweather put that shit out? Mayweather put that shit out.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, man. I mean, come on now. Nobody in this damn world think that Tank is gay. You know what I'm saying? Nobody. I mean, shit. I mean, who gives a shit? I don't want the nigga to be gay, but shit, you know what I'm saying? Shit, half these niggas gay now. Shit, everybody seems like they come out gay. Shit, John Travolta. I was sad when John Travolta came out gay. Shit. I was like, shit, goddamn, don't tell me Clint Eastwood gay. Goddamn, Charles Bronson, all the motherfuckers that did the action movies. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's coming out gay now. You know what I'm saying? It's like so shit. You know, I mean, this shit don't. It's popular to be gay now. Shit. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna hurt the nigga. The sales might go up. Goddamn, had the LGBT community filling up that motherfucker with the rainbow flags all over the goddamn place. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, the
You
shit
better
don't.
chill,
The
fool,
motherfucker.
for the you better pay before you get removed, man. You better chill. You know the alphabet mafia out here, man.
Yeah, but I'm not saying nothing bad against them. I mean, shit. I mean, you can't talk about it. Shit. I'm like, goddamn. It's like they that goddamn sensitive. Nobody ain't saying shit about the gay community. You know what I'm saying? It's like they need to fucking chill. You know, ain't nobody saying nothing negative about the gay community. So it's like, goddamn. It's like, yeah, it getting to the point where shit. You know, damn, you can't say a goddamn thing. You know, it's like,
Nah,
what the hell we got? Mm-hmm.
no, and it goes back to what you're saying. I think what Two Cents was saying is that the reason why the reason why and all this stuff is because Devin be trolling on different people or whatever, so they take it there. They all do that kind of weird stuff, post pictures of each other and all this and that. That's
Yeah,
why it's like,
but nobody ain't talking about screwing people, mama. You know, nobody talking about like he did with Errol Spence Jr. You know, talking about you know his old lady was in his DM. It's like, nigga, get out of here with that old silly ass shit. I'm talking about these dudes are such suckers. You know, I come from an era where you couldn't be a lame ass nigga, bro.
yeah, not like that. Doing stuff like that to get you killed, but they don't
Yeah,
understand.
I mean they doing shit that they don't see. You could tell they ain't never been out there with no real motherfuckers because a lot of this stuff will get your head bust to the fat meat, bro.
Straight up. And
You
then
know what I'm saying?
yeah, you get somebody around you duct tape and they fingers sent in the mail. They don't know they don't understand about respect. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like
and it's just crazy. They disrespectful as men to each other. They cross that line, and they think it's all entertainment. You know, social media done made people forget the rules, the unwritten rules of the street. You know what I'm saying, or just the proper lines of respect. You know what I'm saying? You don't disrespect no. You can't go but so far. You know, especially when you don't know anybody and you start putting stuff out there like people are this way or that way, you know, saying sexual orientation. You can't do that. But they don't care nowadays. Nowadays they'll say anything about anybody, mama. Anything about anybody. They'll make up stories. They don't care, man. It's like shit. I'm like, wow, this
yeah,
shit is crazy.
we call that the Drake. We call that the Drake effect. Every time Drake getting the beef with somebody, he mentions somebody's girlfriend, and then that's when they start going off on it. Like that's what dudes. And Drake will be like, "Oh, when he was in an interview, he was just like, oh, these dudes, they don't have no respect. They'll cross lines." It's like, nah, bro, you cross the first line. You don't talk about people family like that. There's certain things you don't do because once you do that, you open up a door for people to take it to somewhere else.
Well, I seen some film of Drake, you know what I'm saying? He walked up on this dude. It was a film he did. I think he was an actor and he was feeling on this dude booty and shit. And I was like, what the hell am I looking at? And I was like, who the hell got this on Drake where he walked up on the dude and he just grabbed his ass? So I was like, man, what is going on?
Yeah,
And now he's putting on finger. Now he's putting on finger. Huh?
I said they a little pay. I mean, look, like you said, they a little playful. Dudes be sweet. I mean, it's there, man.
No, this was a film he did, kind of like Will Smith, like that 60 Degrees thing. This was a film because I think he was in some kind of show before he became a rapper. And
you talking about Degrassi?
This wasn't Degrassi. This was something else he did where he walked up on this dude and he was looking at him all like he wanted to, get with him, and he went up there and just felt on his booty. I was like, bro, what the hell is going on? I say, who pulled this up, man? You know what I'm saying? On Dre doing that. This one he was real young. He was probably about maybe 18, 17, something like that. But it's just you could pull up shit like this on these niggas, and now he's putting on fingernail polish and got his braids back, and I'm just like, bro, I don't know, man, what's going on, bro?
Yeah, I don't.
You know,
I can't.
ever since that meeting in the 90s, and they said that they was going to stop programming rap, you know what I'm saying, with all these different images of the, setting up for the Sukihanas, and, you know what I'm saying, it's just, It's ugly, man. It's here. They done took over the entire thing to send messages. You know what I'm saying? And you can see it. You can see it in social media. You can see it in boxing. You can see it where niggas are crossing the line with each other now. It's like people just don't have that line of respect is gone. So people can say what they want. They can they can just cross the line now. You know what I'm saying? So now you see a lot of vindictiveness in boxing. You see a lot of vindictive shit. Either they don't want to fight you, they're not going to give you the business. They're just going to avoid you, just like Canelo doing David Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what I'm saying, he they could use that disrespect as to not to fight you. Just ridiculousness. You know what I'm saying? Everything except for a legacy. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Do you
you know
think
what I'm saying?
that? But do you think like outside of Canelo, because we know he control his own situation, do you feel like that's the
Mm.
promoters and the networks kind of having it to where, all right, we ain't gonna fight, but we need y'all to, talk track? Do you feel like there's some conversations in the back to push that? Because look, we know dudes love to troll and do all that, but it seems like it's overdone these last couple
It
of years.
is. It is. Look at Shakur. I think Shakur is overdone. I think Shakur would do better if he make the fights first and then talk shit. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to talk shit and then make the fight. You know what I'm saying? I think it'll be because he's a good fighter, but what I'm saying, he needs to change. He needs to put more offense into his fights. If he put more, he needs to think about his brand more than talking. You know what I'm saying? He needs to put more into his craft than getting out here trying to act like he the man or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he could be a lot more potent, a lot more dangerous if he took more risk in his fights. You don't have to take risk the whole fight, but shit, you do got to get in that pocket and bam up your opponent some. I thought that Edwin Dos Santos was the perfect opponent for him to do that and gain some notoriety and become, reach that next level. That was his signature opponent. That was his Zab Judah, stand for Mayweather. That was his Zab Judah right there. And he could have went out there and because Dos Santos can fight, man. He's a tough opponent, you know what I'm saying? And he should have did him like Tank did Frank Martin. You know what I'm saying? I think that the fight would have been bigger between him and Tank. The buildup would have been humongous. You know what I'm saying? But he went out there and he just had a terrible performance, even though after the fight he said something was wrong with his hand or something. He had an injury or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And the way he tried to prove it sound fake as hell. Ask Crawford, ask such and such, ask them, tell them my arm was hurt, And I'm just like, bro, I don't know what's going on in boxing, but these guys taking fights when they hurt. You know what I'm saying? Fights are getting canceled. You know what I'm saying? There better
But
be
why
civil
people
fight.
getting hurt so much? Like, but the thing is, from what we know, Pool, y'all not fighting 5-6 times a week. So why are y'all getting hurt?
I don't know. I guess the sparring, they do spar.
Or is it because they taking long breaks? These it's like you said, y'all need to spend so much talking that when y'all do get in the gym, y'all got to catch up with everything. I think it's a lot of that. More than I think a
Could
lot of
be.
weight bullying and not doing. I think it's a lot. Dudes be talking more than they be boxing or doing what they supposed to, or they occasional. I think that's what a lot of it is because y'all not fighting enough to be getting injured. Y'all got the best y'all got the best recovery teams. You're going to Victor Conti. Y'all got the best stuff or whatever. Like if this y'all lifestyle, why is especially the dudes that we know got names and they got the money to do whatever. Why are y'all getting hurt so much? Y'all not fighting nobody. And the sparring, y'all keeping it light. We know y'all not having wars in there because they don't do that too much no more.
Yep. What's going 5.0? Lundo says, he says, I feel that. He said, Doc, can I feel that? But it's not a smart choice to fight someone who may run the whole fight. He says, why waste your time? So why waste your time knowing it's possible it's possible he can win a fight like that. He says no, and he goes back and says, no, I'm not saying he runs every fight. I've seen him sit and bang, but that's with smaller fighters who can't punch. That's what, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just like with Frank Martin, why fight Shakur, who we will watch and run and win, when I can fight the same caliber fighter or better and get paid. Hold on. Keep it going, KL.
No, I mean, I think it's a situation. Man, I just think it's a situation to where, Ryan Garcia and Devin's fight really affects the division a lot. You know what I'm saying? Tank's gonna do his thing. Frank's gonna have to move on from this situation, and we see what he does. Teofimo's in the weight division higher. We know Teofimo, he has an occasion to fight people when he feels like it's lucrative or he's looking for some type of clout or some type of accomplishment. And then at the same time, Devin's going to be recovering for a year. Ryan's going to be recovering for a year. So it just gives, I feel like, Tank an opportunity to come in and clean out the division. And then we'll see what happens from there. I think that, I don't think that a lot of people are necessarily, quote unquote, letting Ryan get away with this. I just feel like it's a situation to where, you don't really know what to gauge him and what to take. Like 2 Cents Boxing says, sometimes it seems like he have a mental illness, and then sometimes, like Poole says, sometimes it just seems like he just a troll. So, it's kind of like, where does it go from there? Because, like it or not, Ryan's a big draw, and I wouldn't be surprised if, the people behind him told him to do that or whatnot, and they told him exactly how it was going to happen if he gets suspended, because everybody was saying he was going to get suspended for 2 years, and they only got suspended for a year. So, that's kind of very suspicious or very suspicious within itself. You have a dude that got caught doing what he did. You're saying that he may have done samples of stuff to hide out other types of drugs, and he only got a year, which is a slap on the wrist for him because he only fights once a year. Most of them do. So it's like you basically, he get the rest. So it's gonna be an interesting thing, man. The 135, 140 division is gonna be very interesting going forward, man. And hopefully, we get the fights we want to see. Realistically. Let's see what they got in the comments or whatever, just to kind of take it for a minute. It says, I feel that, but it's not a smart choice to fight somebody who might be running. Well, that's the thing. Just to say that, Londo, that's the thing.
Keep it going for us.
No, and that's all they said. Mm-hmm.
The problem is going to be if they don't officially schedule you for that time off, or be taking time off without pay.
Okay, let me call him real quick.
Okay then.
Okay. No, and I think, and as far as like Frank Martin, so here's the thing. If we go by the old standards of boxing, you want to fight everybody. And it don't matter, if they running, what network they on, if they on your league, if they got a paper belt, if they an email champ. Your goal is to fight everybody. And I think that's kind of what people are saying. We've kind of gotten away from that because
I got to get that I got to get my that test done this week for that diabetes, to get my medical card. And that's what we
you might want to mute.
That's what we plan on getting done.
Poole, you might want to mute.
That's why it was kind of crucial, what I'm saying, to get back to you. So, because I got
Yo, Poole.
I think I got to June the
Yo, Poole, you might want to mute.
Yeah, my medical card, my DOT medical
Poole,
card.
you might want to mute. We can hear you. You might want to mute.
And I was kind of trying to get that done, what I'm saying, when I was off.
Poole.
And you got me on some kind of medicine here. I got my sugar levels down. So
okay. So
dieting
Yeah,
and
I
all
mean,
that.
you want to fight everybody, and I think that it's a situation to where the dudes coming up with the excuses. Yo, Pull, you might want to mute. Pull. All right, he'll hear me eventually. And I think it's a situation to where you know what I'm saying, people not fighting each other.
Monday, yeah.
Yo, Pull. Pull, you might want to mute. Pull, you might want to mute.
Friday, give you off through Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We can be due back for 5 days after you get back Friday. With your doctor's appointment or wherever you go. Sugar deal till Monday instead of tomorrow or Friday.
But I can't miss that appointment. Well, okay.
Okay. Now, if you can't miss the appointment, then I gotta try to figure out something else.
All right. Well, you know, I'm just trying to get that year forward.
Oh, yeah, we're just short on trailers down there, so getting drivers up to get these things.
Pull, you might want to mute.
Got a truck to get it over there to make the delivery. Okay, I'll what the customer is. What's the short?
All right. Coming back.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Can you hear me? Yeah, I just had they was trying to get me to I got 5 days off coming. They tried to get me to go on a damn load, damn Dalton, Georgia. I'm like, hell no, I ain't going that
trying
shit.
to get you to mute because I don't think you wanted all that out there. We trying to get you to mute.
Oh no, ain't no biggie. You know what I'm saying? They just trying to get me to go. I got to go to a damn doctor's appointment and shit, and they trying to get me to go to damn Dalton. I'm like, hell no, I ain't going no damn Dalton.
Okay.
Shit, no. I mean, that's
Well, no, we were. I was saying that the problem with the whole thing of people, you know, you don't want to fight somebody because they running. The whole problem is it shouldn't matter. You know, if you say you're the best fighter, you're supposed to fight everybody. Like that's what it is. You know what I mean? That's what competition is. Like, you know, the whole, you know, this person is this, or you're not a draw, or you don't got a belt, or that's all weird behavior. Because, you know, growing up, if you know, you say you good at Dragon Ball Z, I say I'm good at Dragon Ball Z. We got to play. We ain't worried about none of the other stuff. Like, you know, if it's basketball, you know, you say y'all the best on the block, or y'all the best in the state or best in the division. We got to see about that. Ain't no excuses. Now, great. I know boxing's a little different, but you know, even back in the day with boxing, you fight everybody. Like, you know, you fight everybody to get a rematch, sometimes 3-4 times. These dudes spend so much time ducking each other. They really, you know, missing out on money. They missing out on legacy, and they really just making it seem like they letting the. I feel like they're letting the networks and the promoters control them too much. Because as much as we don't want to admit it, I feel like there's a lot of maneuvering going on to why people are not fighting each other. I don't think it's so much the fighters. I think it's a lot of when dudes be talking about you on the other side of the wrong side of the road and da-da. I think that's a clear cut of, okay, it's a lot of politics. You know what I'm saying? Maybe more than the fans know. Dudes be flat out, oh no, I ain't gonna fight him or da da da. And I'm like, why not? It's a check. You know what I'm saying? It's a check. Why not? You know, networks be trying to save dudes' O's, but I don't know why. Because y'all gonna cash him out to get beat on and whooped and beat up out years later anyway. You know what I'm saying?
it's a whole legacy behind this, and see, they're not respecting the tradition and the legacy of boxing. They don't give a damn about it. It's all about the bottom line. Like Two Cents say, it's business first, and it's killing the fan base. You know, because we want to see the fights that we want to see. You know what I'm saying? They build these guys up. You know what I'm saying? These guys come up from wherever they're coming from. You know, we follow them and we get interested in them. And then once they get a following, it's like all of a sudden they take all these little side routes that, you know, they fight nobodies. They still building them. They still up in a building up stage. We don't want to see the build up stage no more. You already built up. Well, you need to stop fighting the top guys in each division. And all we seeing is a lot of guys just trying to get to a high position and hold it. You know what I'm saying? And they taking the path of least resistance, you know what I'm saying, to stay on top. You know what I'm saying? Instead of taking those risk fights that we want to see them fight. And they're afraid that they're gonna lose their spot, you know what I'm saying, if they fight somebody too, you know what I'm saying, too dangerous. You know what I'm saying? That's what's kind of killing the sport. You know, guys trying to stay safe, trying to keep their rankings and shit like that. No, you get more respect by taking the risk of losing your spot. That's what makes boxing so exciting. Is that number one's got to fight number two. You know what I'm saying? Number two is trying to get the number one spot. But if we got number one and shit fighting number 6 and fighting number 18 and number 17 and shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what the hell are we doing?
And I agree. I mean, you know, look, if dudes was if guys was on some, okay, I'm gonna fight a champion, take a tune up, fight a champion, take a tune up, cool. But dudes they ain't even doing that. Dudes will take 3-4 tune ups until the fans start crying, and then, you know, fight a dude.
Yep.
And then go from there. That's more so the problem. Like with Canelo, like I'm one of the rare people. I think Canelo gonna fight Benavidez, but I feel like he gonna fight Benavidez. He gonna catch him slipping, whether it be he come off of a bad fight or, you know, he get in trouble with drugs and shit. Canelo know exactly what the hell he doing. He doing the Floyd shit. He waiting for you to show any type of your mind not focused. He gonna box you, whoop you, and then say, "Oh man, like this the dude y'all wanted us to fight," because that's what he did to the Charlos.
Yeah, but you know, you sound like a dude that you can sell you ice water in Antarctica, man. You know what I'm saying? If you believe he's gonna fight David Benavidez,
but here's the thing. I don't think. Do I think that's right? No, I don't think that's right.
But that's not gonna happen.
Right.
He's never gonna fight David Benavidez, bro. I mean, he already said he's not gonna fight David Benavidez. That motherfucker said he don't fight Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? Because David Benavidez got him had him X'd out a whole goddamn race, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I don't fight Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? Even though he ended up fighting Jaime Maguire, but that showed you he was full of shit right there, how much he don't want to fight David Benavidez. This nigga don't care how he look out there. It's all about money. It's all about guiding his career, and he don't give a fuck about the legacy shit no more. Because he feel like he done solidified his legacy. You know. So, you know, it's just kind of messed up, man. You know what I'm saying? And then they were calling Canelo the face of boxing. It's like, how you gonna be the face of boxing and you ain't fighting nobody, bro? You know what I'm saying? I think he just dropped this IBF title. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't want to fight this scrub guy. You know what I'm saying? I forgot what his name was. Some guy under the IBF. But the dude ain't even dangerous. I mean, I'm surprised he didn't take that fight. I mean, shit, he don't care, but he haven't cared about the criticism this far. Why is he caring about the criticism now? You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying, nobody wanted to see him fight a lot of those dudes he fought, man. Nobody wanted to see them damn fights. Nobody wanted to see that Jaime Maguire fight. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to see the David Benavidez. Do you know how much money that fight would have generated if he would have fought David Benavidez?
A lot of money, a very lot of money. And that,
you know what I'm saying? Not no $200 million like he was asking for. You know what I'm saying? That was just damn ridiculous. But that just shows you the magnitude and how much fear David generates in Canelo. He don't want to take another L. That Bivol beating like really put something in his mind, bro. He don't want to take another loss like that. I mean, that's the first time I seen Canelo drinking. You know what I'm saying? Drunk at a bar, drinking and singing and shit, you know? After he took that damn loss, that's the first time I've seen him like be undisciplined. You know. So imagine what would happen if David beat his ass and shit. This motherfucker might go on a cocaine binge. You know, he might go on a damn cocaine binge. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? You might as well forget about that. But then David got somebody on his ass too. He got David Morrell Jr. So, you know what I'm saying? So David, you know, long as Benavidez has a hope of getting a Canelo fight, he's not gonna fight David Benavidez. I mean, he's not gonna fight David Morrell Jr. Because if he loses to David Morrell Jr., the public will never have the pressure. It'll never be pressure on Canelo to fight him if he loses to David Morrell Jr. And he knows that. You know what I'm saying? And David Morrell Jr. could beat David Benavidez. He could beat him. You know what I'm saying? He has the skill, he has the athletic ability, he has the power, he has the versatility. He has that Cuban school of background to beat him, man. So, you know, he don't want that shit, man. He said he don't want that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but it'll ruin his opportunity to even be in the conversation to get that fight. So long as he has a hope to get that Canelo fight, or the public put enough pressure on Canelo to make him fight, we're not going to see the David Morrell Jr., David Benavidez fight. You know what I'm saying? You know, Davis is going to have to, you know, fight his opponent at 175, stay at 175, and do what he can do. But shit, I don't know if he want to face no Arthur Beterbiev, or I don't know if he want to face, you know what I'm saying, Dimitri Bivol. I think them guys a little bit too seasoned for him, you know what I'm saying, at this point. But, you know, he might surprise. He might shock the world. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'll be right there to watch that shit, that train wreck. But, you know what I'm saying, he's going to have to make a decision, you know what I'm saying, because at 168, he's not going to get the fights that he deserved. But at 175, he definitely, I think they'll take that fight from David Morrell Jr., them top guys and stuff. So, you know, he's going to have to make a decision. Is he going to go back down to 168 also to try to get that David Benavidez fight? But I don't think David will give him the fight until he fight Canelo. So we kind of had a standstill with a lot of this shit, you know. Devin talking about 2 years off, that's not going to serve him well. That's somebody, he's going to come back. He's going to be really rusty. I'm pretty sure he'll be in the gym, but it ain't the same as being in fights. I think he should come back out. I think he should fight Sandor Martin. And I think Sandor Martin, you know what I'm saying, smelling blood now that he's got Falumaloom, you know, by Ryan Garcia. I think Sandor Martin is going to come out aggressive. I think he's going to come out sharp as shit. And that's going to be a tough fight for Devin to beat Sandor Martin, because once you see somebody get fucked up like that in the ring, you know what I'm saying, his mystique is busted. You know what I'm saying, that glow that Devin had is now tarnished. You know what I'm saying? So that's why Devin probably is going to take a little time off, because, you know, Sandor Martin is going to come out like a beast and really try to put it on Devin. And if Devin ain't in the right frame of mind, he start having Ryan Garcia flashbacks during the Sandor Martin fight. Shit, he's really going to be trash after that if he let Sandor Martin beat him. Of course, you got Teofimo Lopez in the background, who's going to be laughing all the way. So maybe he need to take a little bit of time off, retool, go back to the drawing board, get his mind right, if that's possible. You know what I'm saying? After a beating like that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how he recovers. He says, yep. He said he already know the fight date. Benavidez, don't laugh out loud. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because, you know, he's going to get prepared. That nigga is going into a hyperbolic time chamber, and he's going to get about 15 Ginsu beans, and he's going to get ready for David ass. But shit, he better take some shit that keeps his stamina up and shit, because you know, Canelo, when he don't sit down between rounds, you know what I'm saying, you know, that nigga is on that shit. He says, Lando right. So he says Lando's right. He said he did. So as fans, I said, I hope we hold him to that word. I hope we would fight Shakur before Lomo. Though Lomo gets too much privilege to go ahead of the guys waiting in line. And I mean, but really, has Lomo like really? Does he deserve to fight before Shakur? I mean, think about it. He just came off a loss against Devin. Shakur hasn't lost. Say what you want, but he still haven't lost. So why in the hell Shakur Stevenson don't get to fight before Lomachenko? Even though I do understand the history of it, what I'm saying, because Gervonta Tank Davis was seen as to be afraid of the Matrix when he was, in his glory. And he called out Gervonta Tank Davis back then, he was being protected by Floyd Mayweather, he was moving in a certain way, what I'm saying, and to build up his confidence. So, you can't face a fighter like Lomachenko, what I'm saying, who got 300 amateur fights and shit, what I'm saying, up under your belt, coming in as a grown man, what I'm saying, some of those amateur fights, when you got that many amateur fights, that's like having a bunch of pro fights, what I'm saying? You fight that many styles, you're going to have a lot of confidence coming into the pros. And then you're a fully developed grown man. So, and I think Tank at the time was, was a young guy. What I'm saying? So, they moved, I think they moved Tank, perfectly. What I'm saying, to keep him away from Lomachenko till he could develop into what he is now. What I'm saying, which is a powerful veteran in his prime. So, I don't think he's going to be able to fuck with Tank right now. He can't mentally mess with Tank right now. What I'm saying? But whereas before he lacked the confidence and the mental capacity to, really take on a slick fighter like Lomachenko. Now he can think his way. He's got enough experience to think his way through the little bullshit that Lomachenko does. And Lomachenko is older, so he's not going to be, what I'm saying, as dynamic as he was when he was young. That motherfucker was definitely the Matrix when he was young. What I'm saying, make you miss and shit, what I'm saying? And the way he moves, motherfucker just had, what I'm saying, Lomachenko was just on another level, man, when it came to the footwork and the movement and stuff. So, but now he done lost a step. Tank is going for Luma's ass, So he's food right now. I think he's food for Shakur too. I think Shakur beat him too. What do you think? You think Shakur beat Lomachenko?
You talking about me?
Yeah, you think Shakur beat Lomachenko?
Oh yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I think with Shakur beating Lomachenko, I think Shakur is tailor made for Lomachenko. I think Lomachenko is tailor made for Shakur at this moment of time. But I will say this: I think that Gervonta is definitely gonna beat the hell out of Loma, but I think Loma got like a little 20-30% chance just because obviously in them younger days he definitely was nervous of Loma. Floyd put that out there, so that's still, while he may be the man, that's still a little bit of inklings there. I don't think it's gonna do nothing, but no, it's gonna be interesting to see what would happen if they fight. Because I'll say this: I know a lot of people don't think Haney. A lot of people think Haney. I think Loma won that fight to me, but if you say Haney won it, I could understand. And I think Loma confidence a little higher than what people think. Right. And so you got an older fighter, his confidence up, he's going into this knowing that his career coming to an end, people talking crazy, Yes, I think he beats him, but I don't think that Tank or Gervonta should come in there like, oh, we just gonna steamroll. Give him his respect. Train like it, speak like it, what I mean, live the lifestyle like it. Don't come in there like, oh man, this is an easy. No, don't do that. Because you're not facing somebody. Loma not just gonna give you nothing. You're gonna have to take it.
Well, I mean, but he fighting a dude that can take it. He's fighting the one dude that will take it. Because he's the right kind of fighter for Shakur. Loma style is perfect for Shakur. So the way he fights from the outside, using jabs, what I'm saying, fast reflexes, quick feet. What I'm saying, he's the perfect. That'll be a pretty good fight. Loma and Shakur. I don't think Lomachenko would be able to penetrate the distance. What I'm saying, between him and Shakur. Shakur is just too sharp for that. So he's perfect for perfect opponent for Shakur, especially at his age and stuff. What I'm saying, it's like, but he should have got to Loma first. He should have got at this stage. He's not going to get a whole lot of credit for beating the Lomachenko. I think for Tank, it's more of the history and it's more of the stigma that Loma had because he called Tank out when he was younger. And I think Tank needs to. This is almost like one of those Freudian fears. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's a phobia. Like he was always been afraid of Lomachenko or something. So if he go out there and knock the hell out of Lomachenko, then he's gotten over one of his early, what people doubted him that he could beat. He had the skill and the boxing IQ to beat a Lomachenko. No matter how older he gets, that's the story that they got because it's almost been like they said that Floyd Mayweather would he would threaten Gervonta Tank Davis by saying, I'm gonna make you fight Lomachenko. I'm gonna put you in the ring with Lomachenko. And that was like a threat or something, you know what I'm saying? Where Tank would think that Floyd wanted to have him get him beaten and stuff like that. So, we've all heard those stories, so if he goes in there and destroys Lomachenko, then all of a sudden he's beating a childhood boogeyman, you know what I'm saying? Or young, saying when he was younger, he beat the boogeyman. So and so that's more exciting for Tank fans and people who knows the history of Lomachenko and Tank, you know what I'm saying. But when we talk about Shakur, he's just new, but I think it would be a good matchup just because of they're both pure boxers, you know what I'm saying. They're both pure boxers, and I think Shakur, because he's a younger man and he's a special fighter, that he has the tools to like really make Lomachenko look pedestrian. You know what I'm saying? Because Loma don't possess all that extra flash that he used to have. He don't have all that extra slickness. I mean, he's still slick, don't get me wrong, but 36 slickness and 25, 27, 28 slickness, it ain't there no more. You know what I'm saying? He just ain't got that extra, that extra push when you're in your 20s. So it's like it's a little bit slower. You're a lot slower at 36. Even that he may be in top shape, but we still talking about Shakur Stevenson here, a fucking sharpshooter. You know what I'm saying? He says, Bird Gaming says Mayweather made a monster hitter that outthink you. Yeah, I mean, think about it. If you come up under Mayweather, man, you get access to so many skills, so many ways to make your boxing game diverse, right? And the defense, you know what I'm saying, just to be comfortable with the sport of boxing, you know what I'm saying, all the different skill sets, even how to work in the ring. So he's got a really good training from he got a lot of experience from Mayweather, just like Errol Spence Jr. The small time he spent with Mayweather, it really helped him. You know what I'm saying? It's like Mayweather is a genius, man. He's just an idiot though when it comes to his personality. You know what I'm saying? Peace and light. What's going on? Who's real in the building? What's going on, my brother? He says Tank and Shakur is more relevant than fighting Loma. But if Shakur gets Loma first, that's cool. He said to get his ass out the way if Shakur versus Tank. Now, I don't know. I think I heard 2 cents says that Shakur leaving Top Rank. Man, I got to see that to believe that. I got to see that to believe that because, Shakur, what I'm saying, he's so comfortable at Top Rank. Everybody he knows is at Top Rank. I don't think he haven't been with nobody else. And that'll be, I mean, who's going to take on Shakur? Is he just going to be independent? Is he going to try to go to the zone, or is he going to? I mean, Golden Boy is busted right now. They haven't even paid Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia all their money. So they still asking for their money from the fight that they fought. So I don't know what's going on with Golden Boy. So right now with the finances, I don't know if your boy Oscar, is he back on that shit? He can't get these niggas their money. But these boys are asking for their money. So I don't know if they could take on a Shakur. Do you want to go to a busted company like Golden Boy? Do you want to go to a busted ass company like that? Or do you rather, who do you think the PBC, they all seem to hate the PBC. So I don't see him going to the PBC because of the Terrence Crawford influence. Maybe he'll try to do the Ali Sheik Turk thing and maybe try to make some fights over there. I could see him doing something like that because, You know what I'm saying? All the other companies decide if he's going to leave Top Rank, that's the only way I could see him, going to make some money. Either maybe Matchroom, maybe Matchroom, but I don't think Matchroom got nobody for him to fight. You know what I'm saying? Unless they just hold him as a contract and they just try to make some fights under the Arabs over there. He says, no, Loma versus Frank has to happen just because of the history. That's what I'm saying. So we all know the history between Loma but I'm surprised that Loma haven't taken a loss, against Devin Haney and Shakur hasn't taken no losses that he don't get a shot. I mean, even though that's one of the guys that Tank says that he wants to fight. He said he wants to fight them all. So Shakur really all he has to do is be patient. And I think Tank could get around to him because I really think that when he beats Loma, he's not going to have to take a big break. I don't think Loma. I might be wrong, but I don't think he's going to have. I don't think Loma's got what it takes to like really make, to really hurt Tank. So Tank should be able to take that fight, beat Loma, and then go move on to Shakur. He should be able to do that. He said Shakur is the worst. Is the worst enemy, honestly. So he has a chance to take Devin height belts and fights, but he priced himself out. I mean, these guys have egos, but they also got bills and teams, and when you don't fight, you say Matchroom 2 cents. You know what I'm saying? Well, I could see that Matchroom got open arms for all the niggas and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They got open arms for all the niggas. So they accepting everybody. They really do. You know what I'm saying? Because they got Jerome Boo sentenced, and they're trying to maneuver. I'm still waiting on his damn fight. You know what I'm saying? So that might be a good move for him, but it'll be interesting to see Stevenson outside of Top Rank how he move. The only way I can see him moving like that is with his mentor Bud Crawford. But he got Bud Crawford there. He can he can ask for some information. To get in with the Sheik. And I could see them making some big fights with Shakur over there. Put a lot of money on the line to draw Tank in and make that a huge event over there at the what's it called, the Riva Station, the Rita Arena over there in the Middle East. I mean, I could see that happening. So I would love to see something like that. And plus, they're gonna go for that big money. I don't know how the network deal would work between the Sheik and the handlers of Tank GTD Promotions. He says Shakur needs to be unifying, just as Tank is. He would get the Tank fight if he does that. Yeah, I think Tank gonna fight him anyway. I don't think Tank cares about the belts at this point. I think he just wants to prove that he could beat the guys that everybody says he can't beat. And that's what I like. I like this Tank. You know what I'm saying? I like this Tank. He's very confident in himself now. He's very confident in making these fights. But then what I hate about it is he's talking about retiring after he beats these names. You know what I'm saying? That's what I hate about it. That, we finally see a dynamic fighter. He's nowhere near the end of his career, but yet he's talking about retiring and stuff. Once we hear fighters talking about retiring, then shit just goes south from there. He says, yeah, Matchroom, man. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Hearn is turning out to be a hell of a damn promoter, man. He's starting to snatch up all the niggas and stuff. He says Tank don't care for it, but it seems like we're getting towards another undisputed champ based on who has the belts. It's always like that. You know what I'm saying? It's always like that. It's just that there's no consistent great competition, what I'm saying, that's going on at each division. So there's no constant, there's no great challengers, what I'm saying? Like William Cepeda, what I'm saying, he's not somebody who's gonna beat Tank. He's not somebody who's gonna beat Shakur Stevenson. What I'm saying? We don't even see him as a threat. So there's not enough other fighters around that, we really want to see, because we just don't believe in our minds that they're going to be a challenge for these guys. And I don't even think that, these guys are like the best we ever seen. It's just that we don't have a lot of top competition like that. A lot of guys with chins, a lot of guys who got power and everything, like we had in the past. You know, so you got guys that's just either extremely better than everybody else, or you know, what I'm saying there's just not enough journeyman that's good enough. You know, what I'm saying to get these guys like good scraps. You know what I'm saying? Good scraps, you know what I'm saying? That's what keep you interested. You know, and you know what I'm saying, you like to see the top journeymen battle too, you know, that give you good scraps and stuff. Like, you know, like Marius Boreos, he's a good journeyman, you know what I'm saying? Good tough journeyman that contest that's Keith Thurman, or you know what I'm saying, give us good scraps that, you know, it don't always have to be a championship unification fight. We just want to see good scraps, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, just have a lot of consistency going on in boxing, because you know it's no way to tell, because these guys are not, you know, they're not truly tested the way we wanted to see them tested, because they pick and choose so much. So you know that's why, you know, boxing is kind of like going down. You know what I'm saying, you don't really check in until, you know, you have a big fight like we casual fans, you know, because these dudes fighting once a year. And you know what I'm saying, yeah, 147, you know, it was a great, yeah, it was great last, was the great last division, sure was. But now look at 147. We don't have the guys, we don't have the names, you know what I'm saying? We don't have the fights. And now everything is about funding a fight. Who wants to fund a fight? You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to put it. We're arguing about who's putting up money for this, who's putting up money for that, instead of these guys being under one banner and going at it. You know what I'm saying? Now we got to figure out who's going to pay for the popcorn, who's going to pay for the arena, who's going to pay, you know what I'm saying? So we're going through all this shit that we didn't even know about, you know what I'm saying, 10 years ago. We didn't know about all this shit, you know what I'm saying, 12 years ago. Now we got to try to figure out who's going to fund the fight. You know what I'm saying? Who's the fight's going to be under? What promotion? All this kind of shit. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's almost, it's too convoluted now, you know what I'm saying, to make the big fights, because now, you know, we got to worry about the business of the fight. Okay, is the business going to line up? So, you know, is anything going to happen? Who's going to be on the card? You know what I'm saying? You know, how they going to get that fighter for the card? And this shit is just crazy, man. It's like we never had to have to think about this stuff before, but now, you know, the business of boxing is here, and it's here to stay. He said everyone fought everyone. Yep, they sure did. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, but the thing is, we had so much talent on the journeyman level, which made boxing interesting. Right now, the journeymen aren't not that good. You know what I'm saying? They're going out there, they're not even going 10 rounds. You know what I'm saying? You know, either one guy's just so much better than the other guy that, you know, these fights are just not worth watching. You know, they're so bad. And, you know, by the time they come off all these long layoffs, like right now, Juan Francisco Estrada is coming off like a damn 2-year layoff to fight Bam. You know what I'm saying? How this fight is gonna go. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe he been on some shit, hopefully, because he gonna get his ass whipped and shit this weekend. You know, coming off a damn 2-year layoff and shit, Bam be in the paint, man, with these fights. So he stays active. You know what I'm saying? And for Estrada to be coming off a long layoff like that, it's gonna be hard for him to be the guy that's active. And Bam is definitely a tough fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's a talented fighter. He's a tough fighter. And he's active shit. You know what I'm saying? Strada about to take a L. And he's old too. So, these guys got to understand that being active is part of boxing. This is a big part of keeping your skills up. So, as long as they keep taking these breaks like this, we're not getting the best version of them. It's just not. They're cheating the fans. You know what I'm saying? We getting a lower version of everybody once they come off these layoffs. Now I understand you got to spend time with your family and stuff like that, but you can still fight. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to you know what I'm saying, you don't have to abandon your family, you know what I'm saying, and fight 6 times. We just ask them like maybe two times a year. You get in the ring. 2 times get in the ring, you know what I'm saying? It's like don't stay away from sport for 2 years or a year. You know what I'm saying? Then try to come back and fight, you know what I'm saying, somebody we don't want to see. He said the talent is split between 135 and 140. Yeah, 140 was looking stacked. Then we seen Gary Russell get his ass whipped. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, wow. I didn't even know Pulo was that damn good. Hold on, y'all, getting a call. You still there, L? L. KL.
Hold on, y'all, for a second.
All right, y'all. I mean, I got to get up out of here, man. These people are on my ass. I got to go see if this damn trailer is ready. But you know, so we'll check back into. Let's see. Hopefully, they don't try to trap me on this damn load, man. You know, they've been calling me back and forth and stuff about getting this damn trailer done. So, you know, so I got to get up out of here, man. I'll see you guys. You know, what I'm saying the next. Hopefully tomorrow, if I can get off and stuff, we'll be on every day for about 5 days. So. Yeah, man, I'm just kind of messed up right now. Now they done interrupted my damn live stream. But I'll see you guys, man. Oof, I don't even know. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Let me see. Yeah, I got to get up out of here, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I got to go check on this damn trailer, see if it's clean, and I got to go pick it up and get it loaded. So let me go see what's going on and stuff. So I'll catch you guys in the next one, man.